Lost in the Script, episode 76. News is global.
Yes, news. Hold on. Sorry about that. Yes, news is global, people.
This your first day? You didn't even have your headphones on.
Here we go. I'm trying to criticize a Negro. All right. Another week on this planet with all the stuff going on. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Hopefully, y'all can come in and enjoy what we're talking about. And if you can't be here live, enjoy it after the fact. We're going to get right into it. We in a little kind of a new situation right now. So it's a little, out of the box for us right now. So bear with us, please. All right. We're going to go right into it. Hold on. Let me, hold on. What the?
Okay, moving on.
Okay, moving on. First up, that's not first. We want to give a rest in peace to the former rap artist Coolio, who died at the age of
hit Paradise from the movie. Damn, what was the movie?
Look at you. Look at you. See, this is why we usually go over this stuff, but we want to get a real reaction. So this is what happens. Coolio has died at age 50.
Paradise.
Huh?
It's called Gangsta Paradise.
Yeah, that's the name of the song.
The hit. His biggest hit.
Longtime manager Jerez confirmed the news in TMZ on Wednesday, just hours after Coolio was pronounced dead. Jerez said the outlet that the legendary artist was at a friend's home in Los Angeles when he went to use the bathroom. After the friend noticed Coolio had not returned within a reasonable time, he began calling out to the rapper but failed to get a response. The friend then found Coolio on the bathroom floor. According to TMZ, the individual immediately called emergency personnel who arrived at the home shortly after. Coolio, born artist Leon Ivy Jr., was declared dead at the scene. Though officials have yet to confirm a cause of death, Jerez said EMTs suspect he died from cardiac arrest. Police say they were investigating the death, but they found no signs of foul play and did not find drugs or paraphernalia. The
natural causes.
Huh?
Natural causes.
Well, that's what they're saying right now, at least. But look. If you after this story broke, you went on any type of social media, you saw certain people saying, "Did he break the oath?" and all this other stuff. Look, some people in the industry, they die from a heart attack because they are older. I don't know what it is about black man. We just getting out of 40 is tough. And he was 59. He almost made it to 60, but heart problems and diabetes and all this other stuff tend to get black people.
For some, just getting out of being a teenager is hard.
Yeah, but the old saying, I made it at 25 and all that other stuff. That's for a different reason, obviously. But, I can't say this is more than what it is at this point, at least. But, the Compton native and father of the 6 children recorded his first single, What You Gonna Do, in 1987, quickly made a name for himself in the LA rap scene. He went on to ink a deal with Tommy Boy Records in 1994 and released debut solo album, It Takes a Thief. The project includes Fantastic Voyage. It's full of songs like Smoke, Stick, and Sticky Fingers, which appeared in Poetic Justice. His biggest hit, Gangsta's Paradise, the title cut from 1995 sophomore album. The chart-typing track featured R&B singer LV and landed on the official soundtrack for Dangerous Minds, starring Mikhail Pfeiffer. You know how you say his name?
Mikhail Pfeiffer.
Yeah, okay. We know all that. All right, I don't know if I could say there's more to it at this point. There will be in a couple of weeks. You'll see some, they found this and that, and somebody probably went into who the friend was and what was he doing recently. Did he say anything on social media or in an interview or something? So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Next up. This is what Florida looks like after hurricane in an Ian or Iron.
It's Iron, not sure.
I really don't watch the news because I don't even know how to pronounce it. Now, look, man, this is what I was saying when this thing happened. When it comes to hurricane season, I couldn't be in Florida.
any of the southeast coast bordering states, pretty much, or the deep south, Louisiana.
Well, anytime something happens in like Florida, especially a hurricane or a storm, you know it's gonna end up in the Carolinas,
Virginia
area. Every once in a while, it go all the way up to New York. A few storms went up there, but man, this they said this storm before it came was gonna be Category 4. They said I think they said so far they found 32 casualties. 34 connected to this hurricane. Right now, the storm is over North Carolina or the Carolinas, I think. There's power outages already.
This is the beginning of the hurricane season. I think it's going to be pretty rough this year.
You think so?
Yeah. Because the weather, right? Like right now, this is October, and it's still pretty warm here.
Yeah.
So they're thinking that we're going to have an early snow
this
year.
They compare this type of temperature to in the East Coast, especially down south. They compare this to hurricane weather.
Yeah.
On the West Coast, it's considered earthquake.
Earthquake weather, early snow.
Yeah. So go ahead.
This is supposed to be, we're getting ready to start going into the wet season.
Yeah.
Which is fall.
But as we know, it was so strange because just a few weeks ago, it was hot. Then it got cold. Around 60s, mid-60s.
Chilly.
Okay, chilly.
It's still in the 70s, and it just feels...
But it went from
humid.
90s to 60s. Now it's jumping back
within
up.
a day.
Yeah. Now it's like it's jumping back up to the low 80s, high 70s. What they call it, climate change? But it ain't...
No more global warming, climate change. It's a new term they use.
Yeah, but I think this is going to be, when they do get cold, it's going to be a really cold one. Winter, at least. Now, I want to show what Biden, before the hurricane came, he gave some tips on how to survive the hurricane. Let's show what he had to say.
If you're in a state where hurricanes often strike, like Florida or the Gulf Coast or into Texas, a vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now. Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated in a hurricane or natural disaster hits. Too late, and if God forbid a natural disaster strikes, we have to make sure we're ready to be protected against COVID-19 as well. Let me be
How?
You talking about get vaccinated during a hurricane? That's the last thing on somebody's mind.
Yeah,
They're trying to get the hell up out of there.
What up, Regina? How you doing, Rosie? What up, Brandon? What up, man?
Rosie,
and George,
that's
what
a
up?
new one.
Huh?
Rosie?
No, they've been here before.
Oh, I've never seen Rosie.
Look at you, see each other. Don't remember names.
I do remember names.
Well, I remember the name.
Well, maybe I didn't see her in the comment in the chat.
But yeah, now he's
You
saying.
don't put stuff on the screen no more?
What, you want me to go? Okay. See, y'all.
You can't walk and what they say?
Walk and chew at the same time.
Walk and chew at the same time? You just a chewer, huh?
Oh man. All right, you happy? You see it? See that Regina? You got Rosie.
Okay, Rosie, I have seen you before.
See?
He didn't say your whole name. He just said Rosie. He gave you a nickname. That's what Negroes do.
Brandon, what up? Now I'm just a Negro. All right, let me get back to this now. But now he made
Look
sure.
at George. George getting shout outs in the chat.
Oh yeah, so yeah. But yeah, now he's saying that we have to make sure to protect ourselves from COVID during
To
this.
protect ourselves.
The last thing somebody worried about. Imagine during Katrina, or what's the other one? The other hurricane. I forgot the name of it. Ike or whatever it was. Somebody telling you, "Hey, make sure you take this shot." You'd be like, "Get the fuck, get the hell out of my face with this book."
To be clear, if you're in a state where hurricanes often strike, like Florida or the Gulf Coast or into Texas, a vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now. Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated in a hurricane or natural disaster hits. If you wind up having to evacuate, if you wind up having to stay in a shelter, you don't want to add COVID-19 to the list of dangers that you're going to be confronting. Get vaccinated now so you're ready for whatever may come this month, and it's likely some serious hurricanes are going to come this month. Let me be clear.
You on your dying bed, get vaccinated before you go meet the Most High.
Before you go to the upper room, make sure you get vaccinated, sir.
You about to get married. Get vaccinated before you walk down that aisle. You're going to be standing next to.
Yeah, bro, at this point, everything you do, they're going to say, make sure you get vaccinated. You about to, if you about to do anything, any natural disaster happen, a volcano going off, before
get
you
vaccinated.
Run, make sure you get vaccinated.
Earthquake, get vaccinated.
What the hell they going to do? Like on Friday, get the hell out of my face. This bullshit stand like.
Will I get the hell out of my face? He had to go use the bathroom.
Yeah. Oh, shit. All right. DaBaby claims, this is us going into the little bit of the current events in entertainment. DaBaby claims he's blackballed after low first week sales forecast for Baby on Baby 2.
Is he blackballed, or did nobody not want to go buy his album?
Well, just 2 years ago, he was the hottest thing smoking. Wouldn't he?
I don't know.
They would talk about him a lot. I mean, then he made some comments on stage and no comment.
Hey, if you're going to make comments, you got to stand on them and be willing to accept the consequences for what you say.
They saying now
stand on it.
He's projected to do 16,000 units the first week after doing 120,000 his debut. Boosie even said
they raise you up.
And they bring you down.
And that's their power. They let you know we can make you the best thing there is, or we can tear you down and make you the worst thing there is.
So you see DJ Academics, DaBaby last project in 2020, blaming on DaBaby, sold 124K first week. His new project, after being blackballed by Ebro, Apple Music, is scheduled to do less than 20K. Now y'all understand my Ebro combo. DSPs control who is hot and who is not. Fall out of favor with them, you're done. When he's talking about getting in those rotations, the algorithm, these playlists like Spotify and Apple and all them.
YouTube do the same thing.
Oh yeah, we know very much. We know. But
they like friendly. They like friendly content.
When we talked about that, when the guy said something about YouTube hitting his videos, but not the white dude, and we was pointing out how YouTube. I thought about it one day. I was like, wait, YouTube really don't. They want to be careful with who they have on their front page. That's just a fact. They want certain content with certain people on their front page. So
white people.
Let's be honest. I mean, when people come to this website, especially they got kids, they want their kids to watch some kid-friendly content.
I ain't mad at them, just their platform.
I agree. So when they see the people that are there, the audience they're going after, when they click on the website, they want a certain demographic to be shown with certain content. So, you niggas, y'all like to get on here and talk all that stuff. We might not have you on the front page. If you log out of your YouTube account and just look at who they recommending to everybody, you'll see who YouTube truly pushes. The only time they show a black person on the front page is like somebody like, what's that guy name? Matter of fact, he right here on the screen right here. The tech dude. I forgot his name.
Dude.
Yeah, the black dude. Y'all know him. I'm pretty sure y'all seen the black tech dude.
He always get 2-3 million views.
But all he does is deal with like Apple. He's very close to these companies as far as testing their products and stuff. They'll put him on the front page.
Content friendly.
Yeah, but politics and culture discussions.
Or they'll talk about black people during Black History Month.
Well, no, they'll put particular black people up during Black History Month. That fake support. I'm gonna block your videos that I don't like, but I'll put some people that I agree with on the front page. But yeah, you don't think the man being blackballed? Come on, give me your honest opinion.
Yes and no. I think everything is a storyline.
Okay, what's the storyline with this, you think?
I mean, he said what he said. Now he's saying they're blackballing him. Didn't he put out something about him, Meg Thee Stallion had slept together? That was his way of getting some type of
well, that was in the song.
Media attention.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
So I don't know what the end game plan is for sure, but I just know everything they do always has some type of motive and outturn for them later on.
Yeah,
like the whole Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation.
That situation looking crazy too, because he just released an album, and guess who? There's a particular person, very famous,
your boy,
who reacts to certain albums, and when he reacts to the album, it gets a lot of attention. LeBron James.
Yeah.
And the fact that LeBron James, one of the most brand conscious athletes, is able to put himself, Tory Lanez is a name next to his in a headline, means he knows that storyline is almost coming to an end, and it's gonna end with, And then he was invited to Tory Lanez was on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
So it started happening about a year ago. You had people like certain podcasts and stuff, decided to start giving him a little bit of more leeway.
Joe Budden.
Speaking on the topic a different way. And all this is just staged. It's a play.
Like, this is a play.
So we already knew how the other one was going to go. I don't know where this one's going, though. Because they built him up real quick.
Yeah.
And
he's the Joker. He's chaos.
He even had a song called
the song with him being the Joker.
With Lil Wayne. Yeah. The Agent of Chaos. And funny enough, there's a parody account where they make jokes about every time he do something to get headlines in trouble. They say, how long has it been since he got in trouble? They have an account where they count the days. And last time he went 100 days without getting in trouble.
It's pretty sad.
Oh, yeah.
Moving along.
Yeah, Meek Mill on low baby-to-baby sales projections that he blatantly blackballing DaBaby.
Makisha?
Well, Meek, they might be blackballing you, too. That's probably why you saying something. We saw you bunny hopping with them billionaires, and, we saw how you go, how you move, so I guess you feel like you might be protected a little bit more. Maybe you took the, what they call it, you took the oath,
I ain't gonna say.
You ain't gonna say it.
Ain't gonna be controversial.
All right, movie topics.
He took the scrope. That's what he took.
Oh, shit. Damn, you graphic as hell. Really?
That's what he took.
All right. Jonathan Majors circling Dennis Rodman role in Lionsgate pick revolving around basketball stars 48 Hour in Las Vegas during 1998 finals. And you had a critique of this, too. And
yes,
see, it's not enough. Hold on. It's not enough that African American is playing a role of an African American. What else did he got to do?
He don't look like him.
There you go.
He about 5'9", 5'10".
You really think I'm gonna find somebody?
6'7".
So you telling me they're gonna find a 6'10" American Negro to play a movie role? How many actors you know that tall?
Damn, at least get a 6'2", dude. I mean, but hey, if this is what we're gonna get at least have a black American person play the role, I'll be okay with it. But I'm going to critique it and say,
it's not. It's never enough, y'all. It's never enough.
There go the whole. Nothing satisfies you. You gotta find the negative in anything, huh?
Lionsgate, a highly anticipated film centering on Dennis Rodman's 48 Hours in Vegas during the 1998 NBA Finals, may have zeroed in on the actor who will portray him, an infamous basketball star. Sources tell Deadline that Jonathan Majors is in early talks to play the Rodman, a.k.a. The Worm, in 48 Hours in Vegas. While the deal isn't closed, sources say Majors is very much on board with the negotiations are headed in the right direction. Lionsgate won the rights to this spec in a highly competitive auction last August, with Phil Lord, Chris Miller, and Adia Sood producing the film. Ari Lubert. Whatever. We know we get it. Next one.
Got Agents of Chaos lined up in a row.
Devotion. Toronto Review. Jonathan Majors and Glenn Powell are the original Top Guns in Korea War portrait of first black Navy pilot. Is that enough? He's in another movie where he's playing the first black Navy pilot.
Well, he's black American, so yes, he can play that.
I'm just saying. We're gonna watch this. We haven't watched this yet, but we're going to watch it soon.
Nothing negative to say.
Huh?
Nothing negative to say. It's good thing.
I'm just.
They said they gonna get John Boyega.
Oh.
A Nigerian. Uh-oh.
Genius. MLKX. Now we talked about this. What? It had to be the beginning of this year, or was it last year?
What?
We talked about this documentary, or not this movie that's coming out. I know we talked about it because I remember the dude in the tan right here.
Did I ruffle your feathers when I said something about Martin Luther King? That's what you're talking about?
No. How you gonna ruffle my feathers about Martin Luther King? It's that man. But yeah. When people saw who was gonna play the movie, they was like, man, it's gonna be some spicy shit.
Why? Why they say that?
You know why.
No, tell us why he said
What you see on the screen?
What's on the screen?
What you see on the screen?
Just tell me.
You tell me.
No, you said it, so you tell me.
Why you put me on the spot? I ain't said. Or
Just
did I?
say it.
I can't remember have I had that opinion a few months ago. I think I said that.
Tell me what's wrong with the picture.
The brother clearly looked,
Oh, because he's light skinned and he has green eyes.
Oh wow, here we go with the bullshit.
Light skinned men are viewed as
with the brother's
being
complexion.
feminine and weak. That's what you're trying to say, dude.
Stop.
There we go. Speaking of him sitting next to me, light skinned dude with green eyes.
What?
Yeah.
All right. Disney Plus and National Geographic have announced the lead cast of the fourth installment of the anthology. Anthology series. Genius Kevin Harris Jr., The Trial of Chicago 7 will star Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Aaron Pierre, the Underground Railroad, as Malcolm X. Wait, ain't that dude the British dude?
Yes, he's a British dude. That's the one that Regina King. She cast him for. Is this what she was involved with?
I think this
Regina King. Okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. My memory's bad right now. We talked about this before, though. Additionally, whoever this person is, I made a show you will play King's wife, Coretta Scott King, and Jamie Lawson, the Batman, will play Malcolm X's spouse, Betty Shabazz. According to the press release, we'll explore the form. Yeah, I remember when they talked about this. They said this is going to be the most, how they said, in-depth view of the two icons. I remember it now. I remember that article we read.
Oh, they about to expose some
things? They said we're going to do the most in-depth review. They're going to talk about more stuff than has ever been talked about. I said, oh, Lord, pioneer accomplishment. Yeah, and that's the episode you did accuse Malcolm X of selling ass. You agree with that narrative, that rumor.
I said I don't know. What I said was I'm not going to say it because I wasn't there.
No.
And I'll just wait to hear the information.
You agree?
Y'all be having too much hope in these leaders. They have a past, they have a life, they have things that they did. I'm sure they regret that they did it. But hell, I ain't about to sit here and say that ain't true.
I remember now what you said. And you said that Martin Luther King was after snow bunnies, yeah.
Well, that was proven.
That's
that he was dating somebody and a white woman in college. That was proven.
Yeah, we went through the article. We read.
So what you want me to say?
And
there's also other things about Martin Luther King being in orgies and all sorts of things. Want to be with married women that are white.
Damn, Travis.
So what you want me to sit here and deny the information?
I ain't saying deny nothing. I just said understand that it's rumor.
Rumor has it.
Okay. All right. Then we're going to Blade star.
This is going to be an epic fail.
Reportedly very frustrated with Marvel process. Script only 90 pages long. Now, I don't know how long a script is supposed to be, but 90 pages seem mighty short. That seems pretty short for a movie.
Soap operas have that in
an episode. Not even an episode. That's a damn
joking.
intro.
I'm joking. I think they should have just left Blade alone or just brought Wesley Snipes back.
Well, I said to you, what was the other day? I said, I feel like them replacing Wesley Snipes as Blade, they didn't take it serious as they should have. That movie is much more impactful than I think they give credit for it. I said it's almost comparable to taking Arnold Schwarzenegger and rebooting and rebooting the movie and taking Arnold Schwarzenegger out of Terminator and putting somebody else in there. That's a big role. You can't just throw anybody in there. You can't just have any type of writing around that character. So if this movie is bad, it's going. I think he's trying to get out ahead of it.
Go ahead and blame the
writers and stuff. Look, man, I ain't got nothing to do with this. I ain't really like it. So please don't be mad at me.
Well, Blade came out against the director of the last.
Yeah, that's why they ended. That's why they blackballed him. Because he's like in the worst one is considered what?
I think all of them were fine.
When most people say the worst one is the third one.
It was watchable.
But he didn't like it. He says it wasn't the correct. Let's be honest.
He was able to pull through it and make it watchable. They added
a whole bunch of white people to it.
Jessica Biel from Seven Heaven was in it.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to skate uphill. The ice skate uphill is exactly what Marvel is apparently doing when it comes to the upcoming Blade reboot.
And Ryan Gosling, I believe.
Yeah, he was in it too. He was
They was together, him and Jessica Biel.
Yeah. Coming courtesy of noted insider of Jeff Snyder.
That's who white people want. You said white people want to be T'Challa.
Yeah, they were making jokes saying Ryan Gosling should be the new Black Panther since y'all want to play all the white roles.
Some people would like him to be the new T'Challa.
Let's not go into that. Oh, funny enough, look, Black Panther Wakanda Forever star confirms Neymar's mutant origin. So it's funny, it's right here on the screen. I'm talking about.
I didn't even see it.
I ain't see it. All right, coming to courtesy of the noted insider Jeff Snyder. Reports are coming in behind the scenes that MCU project, which claims that Oscar winner and lead actor Ali is very frustrated with the process. I'm told that the current Blade script is roughly 90 pages and features exactly 2 lackluster action scenes. He said to be very frustrated with the process. Frank says it's spread too thin, but hey, that's what sources are telling me. Don't shoot the messenger.
Only 2? All Blade
a bunch of action scenes.
That's the action. That's the movie.
It's an action movie.
You're literally battling vampires.
Well,
all throughout the movie.
It seems like they're trying to make it more of an MCU movie now and add more character building to it.
Good luck with that.
So they're probably gonna start with him not even being the Blade, possibly, or not being a vampire yet. They're gonna, cause the original Blade, the whole his mama being, was she a vampire or was his father?
It was his mother. She got bit by a vampire
while she was pregnant. Yeah. So they kind of just showed that her having the baby, and they done with the origin story. I think they're gonna go further into that now, possibly him growing up, learning from the white dude. Oh yeah, he did learn from a white dude.
Yep, a white man taught him, and he wasn't even a vampire.
Nope. Oh god.
But
Once again, the white man's brain and the black man's body. You need a white man's brain and a black man's body to be the perfect specimen. Apparently, I'm told that the current. We read all this. We know all this. So yeah, it's not looking good for Blade. You should have read that script. You should have made sure before you announced you were taking that role, that script was already written.
But go out and support black movies.
Oh, you still see it though?
No, I don't want to see it.
Why?
Because they don't look like it's gonna be good.
Well,
but I'm not gonna, tell people not to go see it.
Okay. Louisville International Festival of Film releases schedule and lineup. So there's a movie in particular on here. There's Isaiah Washington is doing a movie about Bass Reeves, what they call it?
What?
He was
the Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger, who they back in the day painted as a white man in the TV shows and movies. The Lone Ranger. Well, now they're coming out admitting, we already knew this. I could have sworn I read somewhere that Bass Reeves or the Lone Ranger, his father was Caucasian.
Both of his parents were slaves.
Okay. Now I know he did grow up. You pointed out that he grew up around or lived around Native Americans.
Yeah, I think his father joined the Confederate army, and that's how they got free, maybe.
Oh,
but yeah, both his parents were slaves.
I could have sworn I read it.
His father was a white man and wanted to be with the black woman so bad. He said, "Turn me into a slave too. Anything to be with her."
I don't know, man. I read somewhere that he was Caucasian. But anyway, it don't matter.
That's a black man.
Isaiah Washington is making a movie about him, telling the true story of who he was. Isaiah Washington, remember when he jumped on the ADOS thing, and people was like, "Oh snap, we got an actor in the industry who's representing," and he started saying some stuff. I think he was a Trump supporter. He wanted.
Don't be a conservative. Be a black.
He wanted to vote Republican, and that's when a couple of ADOS people started cutting him off, like, "Oh, he tripping." So that wasn't all he did. I can't remember in particular. He did something that made people go, "Hold on. We don't want this attached to us. You kind of going off the rails here."
Did he respond to Yvette?
Yeah, he went back and forth. Yeah,
Tariq, or both?
Probably both. But he's one of those very opinionated people too. Didn't he get kicked off of
Grey's Anatomy for calling the dude a fag?
So he's a very opinionated dude. Matter of fact, just recently he came out and spoke against the producer because they did something racial or something.
On Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah.
Then why he didn't say nothing back then?
He did. He did, but something happened with some producer or something that did something. And they knew what they were. They didn't say anything. They let them blackball me, So, shout out to him. The name of the movie, where is it? Start with a C. I can't say that word. I haven't, where is it? Oh, there you go. Corsiana, I think that's it.
Maybe.
That's the name of the movie he's going to be releasing. Yeah, he's going to be playing the U.S. Marshal Bass Reeves. Also, Trevor Noah is leaving The Daily Show after 7 years.
Should have never been on the show.
Why would they go get...
He wasn't funny.
Why do they keep going to get these foreign people to talk American politics? They went and got an Indian dude. They went and got him. He's South African, biracial South African dude, a colored.
And he's supposed to be woke. Black.
Yeah.
But he's with a fucking white woman.
He just started dating some woman. He immediately quit his job.
Yeah, because he knows shit was about to come back on him.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Piers Morgan is now an American commentator after they ran him off for talking about Harry and what's his name.
Piers Morgan be saying some real shit sometimes. Though.
But why we go get someone who's not American to speak on American politics?
Because, you say, he's black though, right, dude?
Who?
Is he black? Trevor Noah, do you identify him as black?
No, he's biracial.
Okay.
How's that a question? What you mean? What you insinuating?
He said he's colored.
Yeah, that's what they call themselves down there.
Black people used to be called colored too.
Huh?
Black Americans used to be called colored.
Well, we had a different reason for calling ourselves that, I guess. The Revolt Summit happened. P. Diddy, no non-paying ass. He held a summit.
What you say about Diddy?
You heard what I said.
He won't say it to his face.
I wouldn't be around him. You're right. But and some comments were made, in particular by when he had a panel.
Meek Mill.
He say, "Hey, she's eating her bag." She said, "You can't stop me." So
you mean when she went to the city and talked shit to the people?
Yeah, she said they can complain.
Wow. She said she ain't going nowhere.
Let me show what Tariq had to say about Killer Mike making a comment that black people should go for land.
Well, you said that too.
Hold on.
You said that too.
Can I? Killer Mike made the comments that we need to go for land. He pointed out how, you got people like Bill Gates, the richest man in the world, one of the richest men in the world. He's also trying to be the man with the most land. So you probably need to catch what's going on and know that you need to buy land.
So what Killer Mike is saying is the American dollar is not going to be worth anything soon. So you need to have land and not worry about money.
That's what I was saying. I'm not saying you should just go for land. I'm saying you need.
Well, he's saying land specifically.
Huh?
He's saying land specifically.
All right, let's see what he had to say.
Package that you have strong feelings about how the debt of reparations should be paid.
Dang.
You feel like it should be land.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like that's the answer?
I think it's a culmination of things, but I think that if you're not asking for land as a big part of that maybe you're off course. If Bill Gates, who makes all his money off microchips and computers, is now trying to be the largest landowner in the United States, if you want a good sense of where to find some food, follow a hungry dog. If Gates want land, why aren't we 54% of all African Americans live in the South? We know that we were enslaved here. We know we built the economy of the South. We know we were the cornerstone of the South, said by Alexander Stephens, the vice president of the Confederacy, who Stevens County is named for, said the cornerstone of the Confederacy is slavery. So since the cornerstone of building this took us working for free, we deserve something. And what we deserve is land, and we deserve land grants like Dr. King asked for. We deserve to have government contracts that are 100 years in perpetuity for that land. So if corn needs to be grown, we should be granted the land. We should be given the contracts to grow the corn. Why does that work? Because it keeps a dollar cycling, not only in our community, but the greater community. I would like to walk out of this, because I know you don't solve all the problems here, but I'd like to walk out knowing that if we don't deserve anything else, we deserve land, we deserve money, we deserve education. And the only other thing is, there has been, and I got to credit Yvette Cardinale for saying this, her and Antonio Moore, that without something in terms of...
They just put Antonio Moore just like, he's just a side. Like, they just treat him like an afterthought. It's always, and no disrespect to Yvette.
None at all.
But he's just always dismissed as the lesser.
He's a side character. He's the backup. She's
Batman and he's Robin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that exists. A person with a bigger personality gonna be more at the forefront, but as far as the brain of it, they're equal in the situation. I think. Yvette just started her. She just released
ADOS.
Huh?
ADOS.
ADOS Advocacy Foundation.
Okay, yeah.
Where she has a board and all that stuff now. It's
with a white man.
It's a 7-people board right now, and I guess she's letting people apply to work for the foundation. Tone is not on it, so I think we kind of know what that's kind of saying about certain things.
He don't want to be Robin no more.
Perpetuity, without some monies, without some political policy, without some change, then it all equals nothing. So we need to push the line locally, like what's happening in California, because once one state makes them break the bank, then it's easier to repeat. But if you in Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, the Carolinas, Louisiana, Texas, you deserve your fair share.
Okay, comments starting a little bit now. Okay, somebody said Bass Reeves was Seminole Native American. You're right, Blade 3 trash, I told you.
Well, everybody got their opinion.
Trevor Noah. So what up, Kiefer? Trevor Noah is not funny. Henderson weren't with the Seminoles mixed with black slaves. Chocolate News on Comedy Central with David Allen Greer was the best black news we ever had.
Who?
Chocolate News with David Allen Greer. The dude who was on In Living Color and stuff.
Yeah, I know who Allen Greer is.
Okay. His stand-up was funny. Chocolate News was hilarious. But, okay, the land situation. Here's the thing. He's talking about getting contracts to grow food with the land that's owned by black people. But wouldn't that be tying your land and your ability to make money to the American government? Do you want to do that?
Well, first, let's talk about where the land gonna be, because we know right now the farming is a disaster.
Yeah, in the Midwest. So there'll be some sneaky shit they'll do and give you land that they know it's not gonna be good,
fertile,
in the next coming years.
That's so you have to. When Tariq go into it and he talk about how they sabotage.
Yeah.
That would have been a great point for him to bring up. Well, they give us land and then they try to give us the worst of the land.
Yeah. Now, before we get to that part, would you want black people's being able to monetize the land to be attached to the U.S. government or the U.S. economy in a sense?
Well, no. I think if black people were given the land, it would be how they treat the quote unquote Native Americans, where they can't have access to it.
I'm saying like he's asking for He's asking for contracts. So they give black people how much land. And they give certain black people contracts to grow corn and all those type of foods.
So he wants to be a worker.
See, that's what I'm saying.
No,
so
you don't want to be workers.
So do you want to be the farmers of the country?
No.
Do you want to be tied to the United States? Or do you just want the land and get the hell out of my way? Let me go do trades with other countries if I want to.
It's literally separatism.
Yeah.
Land building for yourself, not for the country.
So if black people was granted land, would you be a proponent?
Speaking for myself, some people may want to.
Would you be a proponent of doing deals with like Africa? I had to ask the question. So who are you gonna do deals with? Would you be willing to supply Africa or other black countries throughout the Caribbean or South? Would you be willing to work in a trade deal with them, or would you rather do it with America?
Well, if we're thinking from a business mind state, we would have to say we'd be willing to do trade with anybody that we felt.
I'm asking you, out of those two,
why not both?
What you mean? You want to work with America?
It's a difference between you being, because you're describing us as being a sovereign nation, right?
You would have to
separate.
Yeah, if they give you reparations, you're going.
So then that means that you can trade with back and forth. You could be, but yes, you could also do trades with Africa and the diaspora.
But if you trade with America and that becomes your number one, you're not tied to their economy. So the more they fall, you're going to fall. That's what I'm saying. Do you want to be attached to this country for the next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years?
That's why you also trade with other people too, so that you...
If you do business with America, you're going to make the most money with them at the start. They're going to ask for a monopoly.
So you just want to only trade with Africa and other black countries?
Countries that might be, with your help, with Black America's help, you can make a profit in the long run. So it's either the now money or the later money. Now or later. Come on.
I say do both.
He won't. All right, let's listen to the rest of it.
Share of land.
What about everybody else? Y'all can give it up for that, of course. Yeah. What about everyone else? Are there any other thoughts, checks, land grants, free education? What is everybody else? What?
I will say this,
I don't know who Van Jones is, or which one is Killer Mike or Van Jones.
Yeah, they kind of do.
Killer Mike. I mean, Van Jones done packed on some weight.
Van got chunky, didn't
he? Yeah. Stop eating soy.
Soy
gets you swole.
But okay, another thing we need to point out. And what I'm about to say?
Another thing we need to point out.
Okay, you're gonna say what I just said. Oh, the land you damn, I forgot what I'm about to say. Fuck it.
What's in your minds about how reparations should be meted out?
Land is one aspect.
Oh, okay, got it now. Land. If you're a proponent of just land and you don't have any money, what are you gonna do with the land?
Well, if you don't got no money, you just got land, you're gonna start selling the land to get money.
You're gonna sell the land to get some money.
So that's why you need both.
Of it, in respect to my brother Mike, the thing is we don't just want land because they'll do what they're doing in Mississippi. There's a bunch of people who live in.
I didn't know that was Erica sitting next to him.
Erica Alexander. Yeah, y'all know Trevor got mad with me.
Yes,
not mad, not serious mad, but he got. He was picking at me because when I made a video about her on the Breakfast Club talking about reparations, she has a podcast. I don't know if she still got it, but she had a podcast where she was talking about reparations. And I put her and her ex, was it a husband or boy? It was her husband.
Her husband.
I put her husband in
you
the
knew
thumbnail.
what you were doing with that
and
picture.
he said I'm doing something wrong. I can't help my husband look.
I did not say you were doing anything wrong. What I said
you said I was being nefarious, and I wasn't.
You were trying to portray a narrative that you want it to be in the thumbnail. Let's just be honest about
How I
the
push a
situation.
narrative with that's who her husband was. Like
Her husband is a man that looks like he's pretty. I think he's biracial, and he looks like he's white.
so what I do wrong?
I didn't say you did anything wrong. I just said you knew what you were doing. You did know what you were doing.
All right, whatever.
In a city, but then they'll taint the water. They will do certain things like they do on certain Indian reservations. They will pollute the creeks, things like that. So land is one option, but we need cash payments. And when we get the cash, we can buy whatever land we need.
I'll add, as an international human rights scholar, there's a legal definition for what reparations is. So under international law, reparations comes in 5 forms. So compensation or cash must be included.
I'm sorry, y'all. Land is where the wealth is. Food and minerals, gold, oil, cobalt, make the world go round. That's why I was saying, Travis, about doing deals with, other countries.
I didn't have a problem doing deals with other countries.
I know you didn't, Travis. I'm not painting a narrative on you. I'm just saying, if I asked the question.
But I don't give a damn.
Regina Harris said, I heard about Antonio on the Zowat show first before I heard about Yvette. Yeah, I heard about, I found Yvette first because I just somehow bumped into a video of her when she was talking in an interview with Dr. Tommy Curry.
She also used to be with that, is he Jamaican?
Who?
He got that weird name.
Oh, the dude from,
He from the Caribbean.
with the thick glasses?
Yeah, and then we found out he was married.
Yeah,
he married
to
to.
white. He said, "Black love, I need money to be." He said, "We need reparations to get black love." I was like, "Damn." He said, "I can't be with a black woman unless I got reparations."
Ain't nothing worse than being with a broke black person. That's
No, he's making a point that if as a black person, if you try to date another black person without reparations,
love.
it's going to end. Like we need reparations to even to try to be together. And it was like, cause he said something about his kid and wanting them to be black, their black culture, and people like, you should have got with a black woman.
Yeah, yeah. But Zoe used to, Antonio Moore and Zoe used to do a black love show.
Yeah, Antonio still did it until I don't know what happened to Dash Radio,
and then the Dame Dash Radio had to.
I think it was right during COVID.
They were supposed to be updating the studio, and then he just never got a studio and just started recording at home.
Hey, the owner, you own it now. You
Exactly.
own the studio. So, yeah, I knew about him. I knew about Yvette first, I think. But yeah, this land is your land. This land is my land, Regina. I'll take cash reparations and buy the land outside of America. Judgment is on this land. See,
Judgment is everywhere.
What up, KD? See, that's what I was thinking. KD.
Judgment is anywhere. It don't matter where you go. It's on
I'm not
you.
saying judgment. I'm thinking, do you want to be attached to this country?
Dude, no, I don't.
Let me say this. When you talk about reparations and you talk about taking money, you know this economy ain't going to be here forever. You talk about taking land, okay, what are we going to do with this land? Are we going to be with the country? Are we going to do business within this country? Or are we going to try to export or import stuff from other countries?
Why can't you do both?
Because America don't. You think America gonna let that happen?
Well, no, they gonna. First of all, we talking. We're being imaginary.
Pie
right
in the
now.
sky. See, yeah, he don't believe, y'all. He don't believe.
No, I just know what the Bible says and predicts for us, and I'm just keeping it real. So, if we're gonna be in a fairy tale, being a pessimist, then we know that they're not gonna let us just sit here on land, give us money, and not do business with them. They're gonna be like,
no, they will let us do that. And my point is, if you try to do business with them, they're gonna want it to be a monopoly just with us.
They're not gonna let us stay
Who
here
was
and give
it?
us
Was
land.
it Farrakhan who almost had a deal to do a farming deal with another country? And the United States said it ain't happening. I think it was Farrakhan.
Might have been.
It was either Gaddafi or some Middle Eastern country. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Gaddafi
Who tried to do a farming deal with Farrakhan. Because I think they obviously both Muslim. He was trying to do a farming deal, and the United States government said that ain't happening. So that's what I'm saying. Give you reparations, it's gonna be go or stay. It ain't gonna be no both.
Yeah, we know you're gonna have to go.
American trades with everyone to stay on top. That's what I'm saying. So they're not gonna want you to be able to be them. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of stuff going on in Africa, as we know, and throughout the Caribbean. If American Negroes was given however much land you think they deserve, the 40 acres times, 30-some million people, that's whole states somebody given to them. So you give that much land to those people, and they start going to these other countries like, hey, we got some farming. You want to buy some stuff? We got this. We don't want to buy this from you. People gonna be like, yeah, we can do something with you. We can get the same thing from you and not have to deal with American government. we can get the stuff in America without dealing with American government. You a threat.
America not gonna let that happen.
Now you agree with me. So you can't do both.
I never did say I didn't agree with you.
You said do both, and I said it ain't working. Okay, he will move on. All right. Where's the link to the panel? I searched everywhere for it. Bro, Eastwood, you're back. We can't link this right now. We ain't got stuff together to bring people on. He want to get up and talk. We not ready for that yet, dog. We'll be and soon we'll get that together. Here with George talking shit. Travis talk on behalf of his handlers.
You said what?
Travis talk on behalf of his handlers. George, what the hell do you think Travis got handlers at? Oh, let's get back to this thing.
Included because that's one of the forms of reparations under international law. But there's also restitution, and that accounts for stolen land, stolen labor, stolen property, real or intellectual. So that's relevant in the entertainment space in terms of the cultural contributions of African Americans, right? The other form of reparations under international law is rehabilitation. So that can look like free medical care from birth to death, free education, free legal and trauma services. Then there's satisfaction, which accounts for more symbolic forms of reparations, like a formal apology, the taking down of Confederate monuments, and the erecting of statues.
What do you think of that? I see you don't agree with that. What's going on?
Agree with what?
The monument stuff.
Erasing history so it can be forgotten.
Oh, so you have that mindset. I kind of agree with you.
It never happened. Where is the proof? Everything is taken down.
See, that's what I was thinking. A lot of these, it's mainly the left-leaning politicians and people that think of that ilk. They want to get rid of all the monuments and all this other stuff. And you go, wait, you're getting rid of this stuff, and in 10, 15 years, 20, 30 years, people going to ask, you're going to say something like, where's the proof that this happened? There's going to be no statues. It's going to be taken out of the books. It's not going to be public anymore. Do you really want that to be forgotten? I'm not saying I want the statues to be erected and exist, but it says something when you get rid of it all.
So, it never happened.
As a matter of fact, over in Europe, there was these statues of Black Pete and all these other statues of these black people.
Santa Pete.
Yeah. And these other statues of black people where the people there, the left-leaning people were saying, get rid of these statues. Like, wait, that's history.
Yeah, the history is still there.
Those people were there.
Yeah.
The fact that y'all took down tens of thousands of statues and there's still tens of thousands of statues still there, tell you how many people were there that look like that. But that's another point. Rosie said, please, no panels. Hey, I saw people, somebody was making a point, they don't like people to guest on other shows. Like, don't bring no guests on. I don't want to hear them. I want to hear you. I agree with Katie as well. This is Brandon. I want to get the hell out of here. We may have built the country, but infrastructure belongs to them. Only the Most High can get us reparations. Well on point.
Where y'all gonna go?
Well, it's not about where you're gonna go.
Judgment is just not on America. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it is. But we get to that. Hold on.
That honor our ancestors, for instance. And then the last or the fifth form of reparations under international law is guarantees.
He one of them Negroes that want to stay here.
Oh, my bad. He said, nah, I was talking about the link to the Revolt panel. I found this clip online, dog. You saw me looking for it earlier. I tried to look for the entire thing. I looked on the YouTube.
Well, it is on Revolt.
Yeah. I went to the website and stuff. I don't know. I'm being honest, I couldn't find it. It's probably somewhere up on the YouTube channel now or something. I don't know.
Of non.
But yeah, I found this clip on.
They didn't even promote it.
I think they did.
They did.
We don't watch TV.
Normally, it's promoted on YouTube too.
I guess we weren't lucky enough to get those ads. I guess I don't know.
Repetition. So that gets at more structural and institutional policy change. So my personal opinion is that you cannot call a reparations package reparations unless it includes all 5 of those forms. So it has to include cash, it has to include a check, it has to include restitution, It has to include rehabilitation, it has to include satisfaction, and it has to include guarantees of non-repetition.
They just all saying the same thing.
Yeah, they pretty much said the same thing.
I mean, come on.
I don't know. They really had no disagreement, except Killer Mike, I think,
They didn't bring
emphasized.
Candace on this year.
Candace tripping.
Oh, she had a baby. She probably couldn't make it.
Candace tripping. Like, I think she moved past trying to act like she actually give a fuck about any of that stuff. So
She owned the bigger bags.
yeah, she like, oh, I ain't got to grip that no more. I'm just moving on to something else. But yeah, it seemed like Killer Mike saying he focused more on land, but they all agreed that all of it is necessary.
If the white man is going after the land, then we should go after the land too. Because if y'all going to the moon, damn it, we going to the damn moon too. No, if they go to the damn moon, we close another damn sky so they don't come back.
So they try to see that light coming back.
We got space agents too. We
have a
shoot them
space
down.
force. The space force.
We got a space force, the Negro force.
Niggas will be in rockets with Dayton's on them, spinners and shit. That's wrong.
Track suits.
That's
That's for the older.
Yeah, the old.
I wear track suits.
Ice Cube on not being able to do. I forgot to show this. Hold on. I'm sorry. This is another thing that happened with Revolt. This is an interview or a show they did. I think it was on Drink Champs. I didn't know Drink Champs was on Revolt.
Yeah.
What you looking at me like? I didn't know. I thought it was signed with
Damn, dude, when you watch the clips, Revolt is at the bottom of the logo.
Look, man, I don't pay attention to that. I don't watch it that often. Damn. Don't judge me. Damn. The fourth and final installment of Friday movie franchise has been long rumored since Friday After the Next. It was released in 2002. Huh?
We've been waiting. We've been waiting on Smokey and Day Day.
And even though Chris Tucker came out a few months ago and said that he'll do it if DC Young Fly plays his son.
That's the new Debo of the hood. He ain't scaring the bullying nobody.
Hey, he might not be bullying people with his fist.
Oh,
he carries steel too. He push steel too. So it ain't just weights that get lifted.
Steel does too.
The franchise, which notably started Ice Cube and Chris Tucker, was reportedly in the works but blocked by Warner Brothers, according to Former. He revealed two of the initial scripts for what would have been last Friday, stating that this shit is funny. I had two scripts. I wrote one. It was a shit. They were like, yo, we don't want Craig and Day Day in jail. Pause. Would you have wanted a Friday movie where they're in jail for selling weed?
Well, it depends. Just because we don't know how long they're going to be in jail during the movie.
Well, they just dealt with, in Friday After the Next, Terry Crews' character. Now you put them in jail the next movie. So obviously they probably going to extend that. He probably going to end up back in jail with them.
We don't want Terry Crews in last Friday.
Yeah, I don't know about that first script, but I mean, I ain't read it. I don't know what it was about, but in jail?
It depends how long they're going to be in jail for.
Yeah, because Craig and Daddy went to jail for selling weed before it was legal. I was like, what you mean? This shit is funny. Then after they rejected
how
it.
old is Craig and Day Day? When they going to get their shit together?
Yeah.
Damn, where's the growth?
They pushing
50.
Well, remember, in the original Friday, it was supposed to be early 20, late teens.
It's been, the last movie came out in 20, it's been 20 years.
I think it was supposed to be around 23, 24 in the original Friday.
So they damn near 50 now. And they out here selling weed. Come on, man.
It would be Day Day too. Like Mike Epps. That's what I'm saying. Like,
because Smokey went to rehab.
I thought it would be more about their children last Friday.
They're in the movie. I mean, they're still the core of the cast, but introducing
new characters,
offspring.
Yeah, but Daddy went to jail for selling weed. It's funny. After rejecting it, these fucking movies are going to jail. Ice Cube shared regarding the first script. The other script was about the youngsters in the hood having beef with the OGs in the hood, and Craig has to come back and squash that beef because Smokey's son is the new Debo and he's wilding.
You remember that clip where they did with the
that was funny.
The cookie?
What's her name?
Baby D.
Baby D.
That was just like when Kevin Spacey came back and gave us a clip from House of Cards.
Let me tell y'all something.
That Day Day and Baby D clip was funny as hell.
It was funny. So
it's better than the movies that we done seen.
Yeah, so you could tell that if that would have been they could have went an older direction with it and not just slapstick comedy. They could have went more, But it is what it is. Who's gonna get what? What's the question? Hamlet singling. I love smartphones. Have you guys seen Cosmic Slope? No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that one. Most of them dudes done died now.
Who died?
The cast for Friday
the
is
only one that has died is Ezel has
Ezel
died. Debo has died.
Pops
and
died.
Pops died. But still, Ezel wasn't in the second one.
Pops not been in there. That's a big one.
Debo was not in the third one. But we still have his brother.
Whose brother? Oh yeah.
We still got his brother. We still got the mama. No.
Yeah.
I don't know if some more are gonna come back or if Kim Whitfield.
Well, they got rid of the Kim and brought in some.
Because she said she was doing a film and Ice Cube said we can't have you. We need your focus to be on this film. I think that's what was said, but we could make it work. Yeah. Having Smokey come back is enough to fill the void
Trevor's
of
really
Pops.
want Chris Tucker back in that movie. Pops gone, Devo gone, Ezel gone. It's gonna be like House Party 3. Going to suck hard, except for Chris Tucker, similar to Bernie Mac role in the House Party 3 movie. It's not worth the effort. That's a good comparison.
Damn, did you just tear it down?
He just told your shit.
Who said that?
George.
I knew it was George.
It was George too. But yeah, Bernie Mac was the best performance in that movie.
There goes George being a pessimist.
Oh, now he's the pessimist. All right.
Just destroying all our dreams.
I got to copy paste. All right, let's move on to the next one. Another thing on Revolt, California Governor Gavin Newsom signs law. Now let me say this:
when y'all gonna get rid of Galvin Newsom out of California?
Signs law restricting the use of rap lyrics as evidence in criminal cases. Let me say this:
he's restricting.
So basically saying that if you say something in a rap lyric, it can't be used against you in court.
So he's for the rappers.
Here's the thing: if somebody is constantly rapping about killing, doing stuff to their own community, do you want that to be allowed?
Hell no.
Like, I'm not saying if you on the track lying, then why are you lying? Why are you lying? If you didn't actually do a crime, why are you on a track lying about committing it? It's one thing to talk about what goes on around you, talking about things from a perspective of this is what we see, this is what we go through versus this is what I did, this is what I do. And it lines up with a crime somewhere. It's like, maybe you shouldn't rap that way. Is it that hard not to rap about death in
the black community? Yes.
Is it that hard to not rap about doing constant criminality? I'd rather you rap about how much money you got, and I'd rather you rap about that. I don't want
to hear about you rapping about how much money you got.
I'd rather you rap about that than death and criminality. Like, damn. I understand you rapping about what you see, what you've been through, what was around you, but don't say you did it when you didn't, and you won't have to worry about being accused of nothing. At least for the most part, because niggas still get accused of stuff they ain't do. All right, damn, Travis lucky. His handlers won't let me copy paste. Hello. Jackson State lands highly recruited British prospect. I saw this and I thought, so it was the HBCU that went and got the foreign player.
Why wouldn't he? He's considered black, isn't he? To you?
What do you mean to me? Don't say it again. I'm gonna ask the question. You have to answer it. Leave it alone.
I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say.
Okay, you gonna say it again?
I done said it. I don't need to repeat it twice.
He ain't gonna say it again. But now this is a British dude who Jackson State. They landed a British football player. I didn't even know they played football over there.
Didn't either. I thought their football was soccer.
Yeah, it is. But it landed a big win in recruiting with the commitment of solid class of 2020.
They have the other one though. What's it called?
Who?
Rugby.
Yeah, that's more Australia, I think.
UK has it too, I believe.
Who?
Rugby.
I know they have it, but I think it's more popular in like.
And Canada, don't they?
I don't know. I know New Zealand, Australia, and places like that.
Got it too.
Rugby?
Yeah. No. I know it's probably in Australia.
They probably got a team, but it's not popular.
There you go, shitting on.
No, I'm saying like the rugby team in the UK is probably not nearly as popular as it is in Australia and New Zealand and places like that.
Oh, okay.
Like New Zealand, it's their version of what basketball and football is to Black Americans. It's like rugby is. That's their top sport. Kofi Taylor Burks committed to JSU. Thursday morning, he made an announcement via Twitter. Taylor Burks is a Ghanaian who died of the bullet, because if he would have been another name right there, trouble.
They the same. Ghana and Nigeria is the same.
Ghana native who currently attends NFL Academy in London, England. He's rated a 3-star prospect, the top overall prospect from England. He's also rated as the 71st best linebacker in the class. Yada, yada, yada. So the NFL has, so here's think about what they're doing. It's not enough that you have the 300 million black people in America that you can get to play your sport. They're now trying to get people from other countries to come to their country to play the sport.
Why do you think that is so?
Same thing they're doing in basketball. They're trying to find some other people to pay. These Negroes want too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all want too much damn money.
Too expensive.
All right, let me go. Lizzo twerks as she plays 200-year-old crystal flute. Although it might not sound very groundbreaking, I can assure you it is. Lizzo has somehow managed to twerk and play a 200-year-old crystal flute at the same time. No, but seriously, the American rapper has become the first person in history to play the instrument, which was previously owned by a man named James Madison, the 4th president of the United States. Now,
I can't even say what I really want to say.
I don't even got to read no more.
It's going to be viewed as bashing, and I'm not going to say it.
No, say what you got to say.
No, I ain't going to say it.
Now, the thing about this that's crazy is this flute was owned by James Madison, who was a slave owner. So Lizzo is on stage twerking while playing the flute that belonged to a slave owner.
Can we get her on a treadmill playing a flute while twerking?
George said, I know Travis want to stay here. He low-key handle a signal.
No, your ass the one that want to stay here. You don't want to go to Africa. You like Dame Dash. You gonna be in South Africa
seeing where the white women
checking
at.
out where the white women at. That's what your ass gonna be doing.
Handler signal to let his handlers know he's still down with Jesse Jackson coalition of oppressing black or progressive minds like Duke. LOL. Hold on.
He labeled your ass a progressive.
I'm sorry, no one want to see no BBW, aka Big Bloated Whale.
See, I was gonna say that's a hippo playing a damn flute.
She blew the flute of a president. I mean, think about the imagery of that though. Back in the day, during those times, you do know that slaves used to play instruments for.
Yeah, they were
used to play
entertainment.
the banjo. They used to play the flutes. All those instruments, they used to play it for them.
Sing for me.
Huh?
Sing for me. Dance for me.
Yeah, so like you literally are playing the instrument that
entertain the king.
Huh?
They're entertaining the king, which is the master of the plantation.
Like, this is crazy. And people are like, this is amazing. This is a groundbreaking. No, it ain't. What the? I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna move on.
You know what? What really gets me upset is Lizzo is not an ugly woman. She has a pretty face.
Yeah.
They always try to go get black women that are. Why can't you go get plump? We're gonna use a nice, safe term that Asians like to say.
Yeah.
Plump.
Plump.
Why can't you go get somebody that's in shape? It's not that hard.
She said, Roger said, stop it. And then Keeper said, not twerking, jiggling. Oh, she was jiggling on that stage. But yeah.
You're jiggling, baby.
Yeah, it just says a lot that they didn't tell. I'm going to leave it alone.
Now you did it up close?
I could go a different route, but I'm going to leave it alone. But yeah, she was happy at that too, wasn't she? She tells the screaming crowd, bitch, I just twerked and played James Madison flute from the 1800s. Happy. She playing that flute. I can go so many ways with it.
Go ahead and do it.
I'm not going to do it.
Stop being a progressive.
Going to do it. I'm going to leave that alone. Anyway.
See, dude chooses the high road. When they go low,
we go high. Thank you, Michelle Obama. Thank you for teaching us. That's a sister.
She said, you're welcome. Sorry. She goes, sorry, I think it was I got a sore throat.
I think I ate an apple.
Yeah, in your throat there's an apple. Big old Adam's apple. Thank you for that leeway.
Okay, let's move on. We can start roasting Michelle Obama. All right. Suspect arrested months after New York bishop and wife robbed of around $1 million in jewelry during live stream service. This hustle So is it a real robbery now?
I mean,
Did they actually rob
this is a
him?
pastor that got robbed and then choking the women in churches.
Yeah, there's another story that happened. He choked a woman came in
He
the church.
choking the mothers of the church.
A woman came in the church. I think the woman accused him of being a crook or something, a fraud, a fake prophet. And
He is
walked
a
in front
fake
of the,
prophet.
and he was going at her. I'm gonna teach her the Bible, all this stuff. She walked in front of that camera. He grabbed her up.
He was laying hands on her to prove the power he
The
has.
spirit got on him.
The spirit.
He had to get the demon off of him.
He said, "That's Jezebel."
No,
Delilah.
that's Delilah. That's Deborah. That's a Deborah demon.
That's Ahab finally getting some kahunas and going after Jezebel. That's what it was.
The robbery happened in July. We know all this stuff already. So apparently they actually arrested some people for doing it. I believe that it was fake.
Staged.
I think it was staged more than likely.
To give him some. He want to be, what's that pastor name?
Who?
Jamal Bryant.
Jamal Bryant, yeah.
That's what he want to be.
Well, it came out that he had a lot of money owed, a lot of debt. He was scamming people in the church.
If you're scared,
But
go
he's
to church.
still at the church, so they ain't kick him out. They ain't do nothing to him. So
You know his flock gonna stay with him.
psyop news. I say y'all need a whooping. However, you might enjoy that. So never mind.
Who said that?
Regine. I ain't into that, Regine. I'm good. Let's move on. Oh man, look, man, I'm tired of talking about this, but I got to. So please forgive me if you're tired of hearing about this too.
What, Brett Favre?
Brett Favre, I got to. This is gonna be a quick one. Don't worry.
Somebody got to call the white man out.
This is gonna be a quick one. Don't worry. Brett Favre's foundation, aimed at helping children and cancer patients, gave funds to USM Athletics.
Are you shocked?
It's like once they get a peek, they just find everything about you. He gave them an inkling, and he gave them an inch, and they went that full mile at this point.
It's all called exposing.
I don't know how he should be going to jail at this point.
He ain't going to jail.
Now I want to show this one part right here. This is somebody who who put it in order how things happen with how he got the money. And there's one thing I want to show that happened in the text messages. You see here, it said, I'm still trying to save money on the V-ball facility. The volleyball facility he was building for Southern Mississippi, University of Southern Mississippi, because his daughter was going there. You do know he also built one at the high school she went to. So he built one at the high school, and he having one built for the college.
Well, he has a love
That's what I'm about to say.
for his daughter.
But we'll go into that after this, because we're going to talk about the love of a father to his daughter. What will you not do? Brett Favre sends another text message to Governor Bryant. The governor's late court filing the show. Governor, this is Brett. He writes, I'm still trying to save money on the V-ball facility. We have visitor and home lockers yet to build, and Warren Hood is donating my lumber. If someone could build them on their spare time, Poncho mentioned the prison industrial... The prison and industry probably has a builder. The architects can provide all specs. The governor tells Favre he is turkey hunting in Nebraska, but will get on it. He sends Favre a photo of himself in camouflage holding 2 turkeys. So that's the picture. So Brett Favre, not only was he getting money, welfare money from poor people, he wanted to use prison labor to build the damn stadium to make the cost stay down. It gets worse every time the story come out.
Well, Brett said he's only, having the future NFL fathers build a place for, their sons to play
Man,
games.
bullshit. I will say this. Would you go this far to do something for your daughter?
Well, you're supposed to be willing to die for your daughter.
He's a millionaire. He could literally pay for it. But he's unwilling to pay for
Well,
it.
he cheap.
He could donate the money to the places that have it built. But
Brett
instead
said
of,
he has to have generational wealth. He wants this wealth to be passed down to his children.
it's one of those things where I don't want to pay for it, but I want it, and I'm going to make it happen for my daughter.
Which
There's
means
a certain line there that you go, if this society was upside down, I think y'all know what I mean when I say upside down. The bottom was at the top and the top was at the bottom. And this was done by Brian Jackson.
always got to compare.
Would you be angry at it? If the money wasn't being excluded from poor black people, because I know it's poor white people that's not getting it too, but the mainly affected are going to be the black people. If it was the opposite, well, you look at it like, well, that's wrong. You shouldn't have did that, but It's for your daughter. Or would you look at it with the same vitriol that you do now? Obviously, you wouldn't because it's different when your people being impacted versus.
Well, are you talking about that white people are on the bottom?
Yeah, if the society was upside down and the same type of thing happened, you shouldn't care.
But if we're being moral, then yes, you should have the same type of vitriol that you have towards him you would have for the other.
And what's moral?
Not stealing money from welfare people. That money is for them.
If you do something to a demographic that's not your own, is that wrong? If you, let's say you lie and steal from people that ain't your own, is that wrong?
Are we staying in?
No, just answer the question.
Are we going by biblical or what you feel?
I'm asking you if you think it's wrong.
It's wrong.
So it's not righteous at all.
Well, if we're going by the Bible, it says you're also supposed to be a teacher to people and not
so you should
have
treat
them do wicked things either.
So the people of your community, other demographics have equal standing to you.
We know that there's no equality. There's always a top chain, you know.
So I'm asking, like, would you be quicker to lie and cheat to another demographic versus your own?
Yes.
So that's all I'm saying.
But that don't mean that it's right.
All right.
There's some good in there somewhere.
You said I'm bad. I gotta get some good out. Oh my God, Travis said what? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, someone go to call the white man out that handled will not. That's under exposing. I think they are making him pay it back. Well, apparently he only paid back, was it the $600,000?
He's not paying back the interest.
And he didn't pay back the interest. And there's another couple million that he not giving back.
He paid it off. He just didn't pay back the interest.
No, the whole bill is $5 million. He got $1 million from the woman and $4 million from the dude.
There you go. Just kicking a white man when he's down. They're already losing everything right now.
Generational wealth by a white man's standard often equals stealing. Shake my head. That's what I'm saying.
They're losing their status. They're losing their women to George.
George, leave them old ladies alone. This is the other
Why
two
are you
people.
telling that man business?
That's Nancy. He said, "What you mean?" That's Nancy, and that's the other guy he got. This is the dude he got $4 million from, and this is the woman who got him $1 million. So of course they look exactly how you think they would look. So here's what it is. Now this is a story Travis
pale face.
This is a story that Travis sent me.
Well, it's I just like to show the black and brown unity of how they really feel about us and the things they think in their mind. You gonna hit the play button?
Hold on, George. Brett screwed Brett, and we're not talking about Vince McMahon WWE style crew job either. He did it for the love of money, not for his girl.
Wait, his girl? His daughter's his girl? George trying to insinuate they have a incestuous relationship
he
going
moving
on.
the moon for his daughter.
The scandal.
The scandal. Well, we know that we're gonna go into that movie that shows Scandal. Travis answered the direct question with a direct answer. Every time Travis says we, he means him and his handlers. LOL.
Well, I never say we.
And George said I'm tapping.
I say me.
All right. Now this was a story that happened. A dude was going around helping with what was he helping with?
Solar panels. And he went to the black guy's house. He going to all the neighbors' houses. He went to the black guy's house and had a fraudulent slip.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, sorry to bother you. I'm Fernando. I work for Peak Energy. We're a few doors down. We're in 1845.
Okay.
So we do solar around here. We're just coming around talking to niggers. Sorry, dude. Neighbors. I apologize, man. I know. No, man, that wasn't even...
Now, did he handle this in a very, a quote-unquote classy way? Or should he have beat his ass?
He should have swung off on him.
I think this is real or fake.
Oh, I think it's real.
Listen, door ring.
Yeah. Ring,
he's exposing a lot of things.
A lot of shit getting exposed on camera. That's what happened with
if your wife
Ime Udoka
or your husband is cheating on you.
Look at the ring
Check the
camera.
door ring. They might be having a conversation.
Or they might be seeing him at the door. You don't know.
They might actually come to the door and drop them off at
That's
the
crazy.
door.
At the
Like
door.
they're giving them the good night.
Good night,
They
kids.
just can't come in for a nap. What they call it? Nightcap. Because your ass is there.
Them
But when
ring-
you not there, they coming in for
Them ring cameras is
an evening.
exposing
camp.
a lot. I'm telling you, boy.
Well, you gotta let them know every time I send you a story. Why can't you just present it as a story?
Okay, I'm sorry. Damn.
You ain't slick.
What you mean?
This Duke is devious.
How am I deep? See, don't call me that. All right.
As if I he sent this one.
Netflix drops LGBTQ tag on Jeffrey Dahmer series after viewers outrage.
They have a lot of power, don't they?
So, a movie about a man who was killing and eating men who was homosexual shouldn't be put in the category of the alphabet.
They just wanted in the crime series document.
But I'm pretty sure it's in the black group.
I don't think so.
I bet you if I go on Netflix, it's in the black section too. Because they'll have a
I
movie.
can go on there right now.
They'll have a movie in multiple sections.
Let me nip this in the bud.
Let's say he got to try to prove me wrong right now. All right, do what you got to do,
I'm trying to
man.
prove you wrong.
Do
I
what you
just
gotta
don't
do, man.
understand why it's the #1 movie, top 10 TV shows in the U.S. today for Netflix.
He just lied. He said we.
When I say we,
George is on your.
man,
Leave him alone, George.
don't tell George. Let George do what he got to do.
All right, hold on. Now he got to prove me wrong about what section this is in. Come on.
Nigga, I'm getting there.
Do they even have the section anymore? I think they got rid of it, didn't they?
No, they have. They still have strong black leads.
I thought they said they were getting rid of the racial segment.
Some days they have it. Some days they don't have it. They don't have it today.
Okay, so as of right now, I'm still right. All right.
You're not right. Just say that you assumed.
Okay,
Or you're guessing.
Netflix is no longer using LGBTQ tag on a controversial series about deranged serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer following the furious backlash. The streaming service had not given any official reason for dropping the tag on Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, in which Evan Peters plays the late Milwaukee cannibal who murdered and chopped up 17 men. Damn, I thought it was only 11.
It was 17. I told you only 13 of them was black.
Well, still most. However, it followed several days worth of outreach online by disgusted viewers, many of whom tagged Netflix in their attacks. Why the F did Netflix tag the Jeffrey Dahmer documentary LGBTQ? One person said on TikTok, alongside images showing the old tag alongside others for ominous, psychological, and horror. I mean, I know it's technically true, but this is not the representation we're looking for.
They changed the category to black stories.
So he
I don't
said,
think
so
it's
this
on
person
there.
here said they don't want this type of representation for them. Under the name Liz the Lesbo added in the now viral post.
No,
Others
it's
shared
not under black
screenshots on
stories.
Twitter saying the series, which has outraged relatives of some Dahmer's victims, was flagged as a particular interest up to gay, lesbian, and trans viewers. Imagine clicking on LGBTQ category and this is what you get. One person wrote in a chilling image of Peters as the cannibal. But he was. That's historical. That's fact.
Well, you know what? They don't want that bad stigma on them because even when they were trying to say the pedophiles, when they were trying to have neutral gendered bathrooms.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, these are just pedophiles.
Yeah, they're
who are
not gay.
basically going to go into the bathrooms of women and try to sexually assault them. And remember, they came out saying that, oh, you're discriminating,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. Even though we know they're trying to get that P
added, yeah.
P added on there.
And that B.
The P and the T are the hardest two.
The B kind of go unnoticed, don't it? They do
Man,
that.
white people been fucking animals for years.
So-
That's just part of their DNA. So they used to that.
All right.
Over there in Germany, and they do that. Even here in the United States, they do it.
Yeah, they definitely do. What is it, Utah?
They have a zoo brothel.
Is it Utah? I can't remember what state it is.
They have a zoo brothel.
This is Lil
They
Boosie's
be
comment.
having the animals in lingerie.
He was gay and all his victims was gay. But it's not. But they don't want to be called LGBT, George, for some reason. It's not allowed to be LGBTQ. It has to be just a psychological show. It has to be a horror, a documentary. It can't be all the tags that it actually should fit. All right, let me show what Boosie had to say.
Us as blacks, we need to ban this Jeffrey Dahmer movie. This is some sick shit. What he did to our race. This is some sick shit. We need to boycott this damn movie off Netflix. This is sick.
Hold on.
Well,
hold on. Didn't we say we tired of trauma porn movies?
But he didn't just kill black people. He killed other races of people as well.
What's the majority? What's the biggest story? What were the main of the stories were drawn off of?
Because that's to get attention for the movie.
That's
of course,
point.
they're
So
using you as a marketing tool.
So should we boycott it?
If you don't want to see it, don't see it.
If we're tired of trauma porn movies, if we're tired of them showing us in constant victims,
then stop allowing yourself to be a victim.
What you mean?
Stop allowing yourself to be a victim. He's sitting here saying boycott the movie because of the 3 black men that got killed in the movie. They got killed. If you don't want to see it, don't watch it.
But so it's okay for it to exist to you. So it's okay for them to make a movie based off of it.
They make movies based off of other things, and other races of people are not coming out saying ban the movies. They have serial. They have.
Did you say stop comparing us to other races?
No, I said stop comparing it to white people.
So it's okay to compare us to other races.
Yeah, people of color. We get to do that. We're in the category of people of color.
Y'all playing some games. He's slipping this shit right now.
If you don't want to see it, don't watch it.
So you okay with these movies being made? Just don't watch them.
So we're just gonna. So what do we?
You okay with them telling your story?
That's not my story. I wasn't involved in that shit.
Black stories.
It's not a black story.
It's not.
It's not because he didn't only kill black men.
What's the majority? What's the majority?
You keep saying the majority.
Yes. Well, that matters, don't it?
Boosie just trying to get some attention. That's what Boosie trying to do. He should have been doing this a couple of days ago when he had his movie premiere. Maybe he would have got some attention for his movie premiere.
Why are you swinging on Boosie? What he
I ain't swinging on Boosie. Focus on other things that's important. If you don't want to see the shit, don't go see the shit.
Keeper said, I agree with him though. I couldn't watch 15 minutes of it. It was disgusting. See, it was.
Don't watch it.
So what? But the point, it exists. They're able to put you on television and movies looking this way. Why are you okay with them doing this?
I'm not okay with anything.
So you should tell them not to do it. You should tell them we're not allowing this. This is not going to be. Everybody else do it.
Damn, boycott every damn thing.
Yes. Anything that don't fit your image that you want to portray, get rid of it. No, it's not allowed. We don't want it. We don't want it up. The family don't even want it up.
That's okay. Then if the family don't want it up, then they have every right to go after and say we don't want the victims to be displayed.
But the rest of black people can't say nothing. We can't support them.
All black people are not a monolith.
I thought we could support. Huh? I thought it was about black unity and support.
Oh, bullshit.
Support, don't we?
Where the black unity?
All right.
This is sick. The victim family should be getting paid off every dollar Netflix made. This is fucking sick. We need to ban this Jeffrey Dahmer movie. This is some sick shit.
You know you're right, too. No comment?
Listen, I said what I said, and I ain't changing what I said. If you don't want to see the movie, with the damn man, don't fucking watch the movie on Netflix.
He could not watch it and tell them to take it down.
Now, if the victims are like, hey, y'all profiting off of the, our family members in this movie, y'all didn't ask for blah, 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 then go at them and get the money.
Travis is petitioning for his the swing on this channel to go more bootstrapism, ain't you?
What you mean by that?
Ain't that bootstrapism?
What?
Do it yourself. Don't worry about what they doing. Hey, how that girl said, don't turn your blackness into a scab. All right.
Who said that?
Huh?
Who said don't turn your blackness into a
that
scab?
Hispanic chick. I don't know her name. She got into it with the lead attorney and Tariq. I forgot her name. The one who.
Yeah.
I think she's Dominican. I can't remember. But yeah, here go another story. I try to find more stuff on this. Nobody has written about it apparently. So I'm gonna try to look. I saw this yesterday.
Then why are you presenting stuff?
Because I saw it yesterday and it's some good information. I'll do more on it tomorrow. I'll look it up at least. I couldn't find nothing on it. I'm gonna look more up on it tomorrow. He said they stole this black man's land, turned it into University of Alabama, and offered him a plaque as reparations. Wait until you see how it happened. Here we go.
This black man's land was stolen.
Hold on. I make sure I say this. Regina Harris said, I agree with Travis. Don't want to see it, don't watch it.
It's pretty simple.
But the point is, you're okay with them putting
Dude,
the image
it's
out
not,
of you
no,
like that?
I don't. None of us are okay with it. But at the same time, if you don't want to see it, don't watch it. How many documentaries does Netflix have on crimes of serial killers? What about their family victim having come out? Do we don't? It's just like, don't watch it. I'm sure that it's traumatizing for them too to see the shit. But black people, like Boosie, just gotta, try to garner some attention.
Listen, so you don't even think it's serious? You don't think he's sincere?
He's in the industry.
Okay.
I don't know how anybody can trust him.
Oh, that's why you have this opinion.
It's not just about
it's
that.
Boosie. Because it's Boosie, he's in the industry. Yeah, that's it.
Boosie is the same person that told Tiffany Haddish, "I got a job for you," and she's accused of grooming children. He don't believe that, but he talking about getting this off of Netflix. I can't agree with you, because one minute you're going for a person that's accused of doing something with these children, but then you saying get Jeffrey Dahmer off of Netflix. Okay, what's going on here? It's not adding up to me.
So wait, so if you do one thing I disagree with, I can't agree with you on something else?
No, I don't trust your motives.
Because how can
your mind not see the fact that she was involved with this too? She's not a victim in this.
But his motives don't matter in this if you agree with this other thing. Do it.
Do we get it? That's your boy.
Now Boosie, my boy. See, every time you do this, this is not my boy.
Stick up for your boys.
All right, let me go ahead and show this now. Hold on.
This black man's land was stolen and turned into the business administration building at the University of Alabama, Huntsville. And the well he had in his backyard that provided everyone in the area with fresh water is now a parking lot. The family of Willie Jones wants justice, and they want their land back. But the university wants to offer an apology and a plaque. But that ain't enough. Let's talk about it. In the 1950s, the land that Willie Jones had contained a house and a well. He was graciously known in his community for providing fresh water for his neighbors. Around that time, the city of Huntsville traced a clean water source to Willie's home, and they wanted it. So in 1958, the city of Huntsville offered Willie $900 for the portion of land that included the well. That's only about $9,000 today. So of course, Willie was like, nah, you can't have my land. So in typical white supremacist fashion, they condemned the land and considered it uninhabitable and unsafe. Since he wasn't able to live in the house at that moment and still needed to provide for his family, Willie began sharecropping at various homes in the area. One particular place was described as a house in the woods. And while they lived in these homes, they never received any mail from the city. But at the same time, the city was actively attempting to confiscate the land that Willie still owned. Now that land is this, and this right here too. So Willie Jones's descendants need justice. So share this, sign the petition, and stay tuned for part 2.
Are you surprised?
Come on. This is America we talking about here.
What's that lake? Is it Lake Lanier that was flooded, a black town?
Yeah.
In Georgia? In Georgia?
I think so. It's one up north.
That's another one up north, but a lot of these,
and I think it's one in the Midwest.
A lot of these lakes, they flooded.
It was Lake Michigan. Matter of fact, it was the Central Park in New York.
Yeah.
It was the Central Park in New York.
That's how they do you, man.
There was black people.
All right. Detroit marks black bottom neighborhood lost when I-375 built.
When you say black, when I think of the bottoms, it always take me back to the show In the Heat of the Night. When the black people lived, they called it the bottoms.
From 1930s to 1950s to Detroit East Side, there was bustling, predominantly black neighborhood with a unique culture all its own. 70 years later, there's not much of the history left to be seen. We're talking about Black Bottom. It's a historically rich and culturally significant area in the city of Detroit, said a local historian, Jamin Jordan, who is tied to all of our history, no matter what group of people you come from. On Monday, Mayor Mike Duggan and other community leaders met to commemorate the neighborhood with a new historic marker, saying every longtime family in the city has heard stories from their parents, their great-grandparents about Black Bottom and Paradise Valley. So much of what we have today come from that area. The marker was erected in July 16th at 1600 East Lafayette Street across from Chrysler Elementary School. Others attendants include Sharon Sexton, Barbara Smith, co-executive, we know that. For Smith, it was vital that the neighborhood where Black Detroiters thrive and made their own mark to be remembered for what it brought to the city.
I'm trying to stay serious. It's always history in these places.
Black Bottom was a predominantly Black neighborhood bounded by Brush Street, Garrett Avenue, and Grand Trunk Railroad tracks. Black Bottom derived its name from the dark fertile topsoil that was part of the riverbed of the river Savoyard, which was buried as a sewer in 1827. Adjacent to Black Bottom was Paradise Valley, the entertainment and business district that served the community within Paradise Valley. There were Black-owned drugstores, restaurants, beauty salons, and rich nightlife that offered nightclubs such as Horseshoe Bar and Club Harlem.
They had a Club Harlem there.
And I'm not even going to that.
Yeah, go ahead. Or what Harlem was called?
Harlem can be adjacent to Jerusalem. All right, MDOT's on the project aims to rebuild what it destroyed. So basically, this bustling neighborhood existed, Black neighborhood existed, and they built a highway through it. As we know, a lot of these white people do that because when white people want to get from one side to the other side and they don't want to drive through the Black area, they'll just build a highway through the Black area so that the white people can drive through it rather than have to go through the neighborhood.
Yeah, they want to be safe.
Yep. Okay, you tested right there. So if they want you to stop and actually enjoy a city, they'll put an avenue. If they want you to go around something, they'll put a highway. So as you can see, that hurts the businesses in the area. The property value goes down, all that other stuff. So it hurts. And they do this to a lot of Black neighborhoods, obviously.
Or they love to have the cash trucks on the highway just driving through the Black city. All this cash.
Yeah. So yeah, now they're saying they're going to get rid of the highway and they're going to put an avenue with a plaque, a historical marker for what was there. So this is like a, oops, sorry. We want to say sorry for what happened back then, but what's done is done, so ain't nothing you really can do. I want to show this one. TikTok. I'm not on TikTok.
I don't want to be on it.
But,
I don't want to be on it. I didn't say we don't want to be on it.
Oh, yeah, now you're going. But there's a lot of stuff on there, apparently. Let me show y'all what somebody posted.
Watch this incoming stitch. Mississippi. My folks are from Arkansas, and don't judge. And every Saturday, there's a siren that goes off at noon. Every Saturday. It had been that way since we had moved here. We moved here back in '92. I was like 6, right? And every Saturday it goes off at noon on the dot. So my grandfather would commonly come over, cut the yard and stuff like that, spend some time with us. And as a teenager, one time he was cutting the yard and the siren went off. And he just kind of got in the mood. And I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I can't stand that siren. And I'm like, well, why? I mean, they taught us in school, like in elementary school, that it was to make sure that the siren was still operable, right? So they did it every Saturday at noon. And he said, no, baby.
Oh, my God.
We lived in a town where every...
That was a fire.
That was...
We
don't know what it was.
Literally just right now, y'all.
Uh-oh.
I just realized.
Is George going to say you lying?
I just realized that growing up, every day at 12 o'clock, an alarm would go off. Every day.
Not every day.
No, it was
It was once a week, just like she said. It was not every day.
I remember every day.
It was either on Saturdays or Sundays.
I remember in school it would go off. I mean, you maybe you're right. But it would go off. It would go off for about 30 seconds to a minute, something like that.
About a minute.
That just hit me just now anyway.
That is not what the siren is for whatsoever. It has nothing to do with making sure it still operates. He said that years ago, that siren would go off solely to inform the Black community that they're now allowed into town. So on Saturdays, when you have to go shop, grocery shop, go around and about, Black people weren't allowed to do that until noon. In order to give community opportunity to get their grocery shopping together,
So you get the point.
Yeah.
That just hit me just now. We was in a sundown town.
Too many niggas there to be a sundown town.
No, remember it was white before. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Here was another one. Hotel Virgin Mary, the one and only. Throw back to 7 months ago when I got kicked out of the military for being unvaxxed. I got called back to duty in September 9th. Others too. Why is the military keeping their hushed up? Here's my story. So basically, I'm not going to read this because it's very long. She's in the military, and she was pretty much bullied, and they try to force her, constantly reprimanded to take the vaccine while she's in the military. She said no. She denied it. She said no. They finally put her on what we would call, what would it be, unpaid leave?
Unpaid leave.
Basically a version of unpaid leave where she was not allowed, she had to be in the military from home, but she was not allowed to work a part of the military. But she couldn't re-enlist until after her
thing was up.
Current thing was done. And she just said that just recently that they've officially called them back because remember we talked about a couple months ago, their numbers in the military are falling. There's not enough people qualified or even trying to join the military right now.
Where are the Patriots?
Non-Patriots gone.
Well, you have a lot of obesity and stuff going on into the country, but that's going to change pretty soon because it's going to be a food shortage.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later too. When that food get low,
niggas going to be on a 1,000 calorie deficit.
But yeah, now she's saying they called them back into the military, and they said they're not making a story out of it. Well, we know the numbers fail. They're not getting enough people to recruit. Not enough people are actually fit the bill to actually be a part of the military. So anybody who was a part of it that they try to get out, they're going to ask you to come back now because we need you.
Are they going to go after the fit people?
Yeah. And then remember what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. Russia just called 300,000 people to the border. Maybe the United States has just said any Americans in Russia get out of there. Remember when they told Ukraine that? They told the Ukrainians, hey, all you Americans in Ukraine, you need to get out of there now.
What Tekashi 6ix9ine say?
He said, if I die, don't send me to America, bury me in Russia.
Damn.
Oh, Lord. But yeah.
Well, we should actually be taking his ass back to some South American country because, yeah.
But yeah, this might be proof that them calling them back, these people that are unvaccinated, they might be ready to push forward with Russia. But we'll see. DeSantis-appointed county commissioner resigns after alleged Ku Klux Klan picture emerges. The picture began to circulate in Gadsden County.
He had no idea.
Huh? Gadsden, huh?
DeSantis had no idea about the person he appointed as commissioner.
Okay.
So he immediately had him resign.
Circulate in Gadsden County in recent weeks and made them to the sheriff's desk last Tuesday by a group of people from the county. Now, this is him. Now,
I'm sure DeSantis was disgusted when he saw this picture of the person he appointed.
Now, how in the
Jeffrey
world do you
Dahmer.
accident? Like, this is obviously not an accident. Why would you? Like, what's funny about this? Like, when you take this picture, and I'm talking about this from what they're gonna say. This was just being drunk, doing something wild. It's like,
He was just having fun. He's not allowed to have fun. He's not allowed to be a human.
You've been playing devil's advocate for about half an hour now. You've been doing this shit.
No
People think you're being serious right now. People gonna think you're being serious. But now they got rid of him. But it's a bad look for DeSantis now.
I know, and I feel bad for him.
He needs to stop.
He could possibly be our president, and I don't want him to have this stain on him. You know.
Okay.
I want to see him win.
Oh, I got you. DeSantis is your boy. That's your boy.
Yeah, that's my boy.
All right, I'm definitely gonna hold you to that then. That's your boy now. All right, USC Majorette Team appears on the Jennifer Hudson Show amidst backlash.
Why didn't she bring a real Majorette Team from an HBCU to come on?
I don't know. But we're not gonna talk about this long. So basically, this black girl.
She's just this black girl. She doesn't have a
black
name.
woman. I'm sorry. This black woman went to USC. But at USC, she decided to start a Majorette Team, which is a dance team that be a HBCU dancing with the band. If you ever watch a band, the girls at the front there, that's the Majorette Team. They are a part of the band. We know band culture is very, very, very,
they play
very
a key
important.
role in it.
Huh?
They play a key role.
Band is very important in HBCUs and sports and everything. It's probably bigger than the sports.
Yeah, some people.
The bands is bigger than the sport. People show up to the game to see the halftime. No, what we call the 0 quarter, halftime, and fifth quarter.
Because we're musical people.
So she goes to USC. She starts a majorette team. She gets a backlash. People are like, why you didn't just go to HBCU?
People, black people.
And she defended it and said, all of us can't afford to go to HBCUs, and I did this to create space for black girls at black people, at PWIs. And the first thing I thought is, in 2 years, when you got a bunch of non-black girls trying to get on the team, and you deny them, and they go to the school and say they're being discriminatory towards us, and they kick your ass out and have a new person to leading it, and next thing you know, most of the team is no longer black, people gonna say, I told you.
Yeah.
Why do y'all always want to take what belongs to you and take it to other groups?
Well, first of all,
you want them to see you. I don't
exactly. She wanted that because she wanted attention. There, black women. Some of y'all just have a desire for attention from other races of people. The attention that you get from us is not enough, and we get it. The white man is we can't say at the top. He's falling from grace, so to speak. And you want to get that attention from the top dog in the land, but it's gonna come back to bite you in the ass in the end.
Yeah. So by the way, I didn't even know Jennifer Hudson had a show.
Why she got a show?
Did we
Her personality is not likable.
Hold on. Did we forget what happened with her?
So now you're going to talk about
Yes, I am.
So now you're going to be a gossiper.
I'm gossiping then. Fuck it.
We don't gossip on
Did she not cheat on her husband? Lie and say he was abusive.
I'm not going to be a part of it.
And try to keep him from his child? I thought we were done with Jennifer Hudson. Did she? Well, we saw what happened with her family in some very mysterious circumstances. We just letting it ride and...
Now you saying she killed her family?
Why? Who said that? You put words in. See, you the feds now. You turn into the feds. That was some fed shit you just did. That was some fed shit you just did. Rosie said, "Stop generalizing black women."
Who?
Rosie.
We gotta have an honest conversation. Okay. So the women in the conversation, how do y'all feel about her doing that? Because
black culture to a PWI.
Eventually, it's gonna be some white women in that group.
Yeah.
And people, why y'all? Because they're at USC. It's gonna be white women in that group. White women are gonna start their own majorette teams.
Probably.
That's what's gonna happen.
What's the name of that movie? Bring It On.
Bring It On. It's literally a representation. As a matter of fact, I think a couple black women said that they do that. Yeah. These teams go to
black colleges,
see what they're doing, and then bring it to the cheerleading teams.
Yeah. It's what they decided. But yeah. Keeper says she wrong. Someone said, don't care.
What?
Rosie said, don't care. Hey, that's a good answer. She don't give a fuck about no damn.
I can understand. I don't care either. It's just weird for you to choose to go to a PWI instead of going to a HBCU and being on a majorette team, and they try to come up with all the excuses like maybe they can't afford to move to an area where a HBCU is, and all these sort of different type of things, and it's just like, well, then you just don't get to have access to stuff.
Yeah, but there was people who spoke against it. As you see him, this is exactly why people was against it. Why is the team getting the type of national attention for literally mimicking other teams that have rich history, HBCUs? So a lot of people are just saying it's not fair that HBCU is not being represented. It's not getting enough attention.
Because she kind of took credit and said,
I had to start this. I didn't see this here, whatever. Another person
just say,
was created and certified by Jackson State University. No credit given, just vibes is ridiculous. So some people just like, get over it. It's just dancing. It's black culture. Move on. Who cares? But I was saying, I saw this right here. Remember, black people used to have a jump roping competition.
So just like they took over b-boy dancing,
now they're trying to get jump rope, and they're gonna take that majorette shit too.
And this is black women. They used to have competitions, jump rope, which is still goes on to this day. It was literally a national thing. Black women used to do jump roping.
Just like obviously the Black American.
They had
Black America.
They had a TV show on Lifetime. It was about little black girls jump roping.
Yeah.
Jump roping competitions.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Virginia, PWI is a predominantly white institution. Yeah. So she went to a white college to do stuff that
they wanted to
the
be
black
seen.
college do. Yeah, she said they wanted to be visible on the campus to know they existed.
No, they wanted certain group to see them curves and hope.
Yeah, they can't get on that cheerleading squad because they got that locked down. They got
the white girl
what
said,
they want.
Not gonna happen.
All right. Amazon driver goes on tirade about deliveries during Ian. The Amazon driver blasted companies on a tirade about having to make deliveries to 172 people during the hurricane, shouting, "I hate you all right now." The employee shared his rant on TikTok under their username Abnormal Poet. Newsweek first reported, "I hate you all right now. You knew this hurricane was coming. You're still ordering shit. I have to go 172. I have to go to 170. I have to go to 172 of you today. I hate you all. Everything is wet," shouted the driver. So we know this is the guy here. How you ordering stuff during the hurricane?
I mean, maybe they wanted some lanterns at the last minute, need candles at the last minute.
Amazon really is taking people over.
They like, you gonna get out here and deliver these packages today.
People don't have to have forethought to what they're gonna need. They can just order it instantly on Amazon now.
Yep. I mean, I can order stuff and then get it between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. in the morning the next day.
I'm Natalie Shepard. A dispute at a Greenfield restaurant caught on camera, and now the manager's been fired.
People say they should stay in the community. Our culture shouldn't be for everyone.
True.
Yeah.
This after he threw a drink in a customer's face and she threw a chair at him. Michelle Fiore live in our newsroom tonight with what police did. Michelle.
Jessica, Natalie, sources say that the argument at Crab du Jour happened after the customer called the manager an Asian racial slur. The customer denies that, and a month later, she says she's traumatized and an injury to her eye hasn't cleared up. That's the manager of Crab du Jour hurling a drink at a female customer, an action she says has left her with blurred vision.
I know that it was lemons and something in there that caused chemical burns to my eyes. They were flushing my eyes out for hours and hours.
Mariah Luckett's visibly shaken in the ambulance.
My eyes burn. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do?
Basically, you need to flush your eyes out.
As Luckett was transported to the hospital, Greenfield police spoke with the manager, Jason DeYoung.
You know, I throw something at her and then asked her to leave.
So you threw a drink, or what was it that you threw? Water?
DeYoung told police he's been having trouble with customers trying to get free food lately. Luckett and her friend ordered king crab legs, then sent them back saying they were cold.
Soon as I got my plate, I waited. Like, soon as we waited, and then when we got our food, it was not right. Neither one of us took more than one bite.
Surveillance shows Luckett push the food away 2 minutes later, raising her arms as she talks to the manager while he's at the edge of the bar. He turns back and throws the drink in her face, telling her to leave. Then you see Luckett shoving condiments and throwing a chair.
My instinct was to protect myself. How can I get this man from coming towards me? This man just assaulted me.
Look, man.
Go ahead.
What I don't know.
Water it down.
What is it with niggas and Asian businesses? Like, how many times do these Asian people gotta hit you, throw you out, talk to you all type of way for you to just come to a conclusion not to do business with them? Now, you got more you want to say. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, they shouldn't be eating crab legs.
Okay.
The crab legs gonna get the best of y'all. Secondly, first of all, the Asian dude should be fired.
He's the manager.
Oh, it's a difference between being a manager and owning.
Well, yeah, I know, but he's the manager, so
that's unprofessional to throw water in a customer's face. That's automatically termination.
Yeah.
Okay. Thirdly, this is why y'all can't be going at men. Because even though, she said we didn't see him coming towards her. He was still on the side of the bar.
Yeah.
She could have just said, I threw this chair at him because he threw threw alcohol in my face, and it was causing my eye to burn. It was a reaction because we didn't see him coming towards her.
Yeah.
Thirdly, there's a dude sitting there with his girl. See, that's why you have to have a cover. You got to have a head with you. You cannot be going out to these places getting bucked with men and then not expect for stuff to happen like this.
It's a different time.
Like, you can't do that.
So this is one of those things where you go, this could have been avoided. Either just don't do business with them, or when you push those crab legs, get
Well,
your
he
money
said
and
that
leave.
she called him a racial
Asian slur.
We know what that racial slur. I don't know. We the video might. We can't say the racial slur.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be. It starts with a C.
Yeah.
It rhymes with ank.
Up, I go put on my clothes on.
So yeah, that's one of those stories where there's more to it. I just know how many times you got to see these Asian people do stuff before people go.
They still gonna. I guarantee you that couple that sat there and watched him throw that shit in her face came back next week for some more crab legs.
You probably waited longer than a week.
Shit, they came back the next day.
Are you talking about the couple?
The couple.
Yeah. The manager should be fired, but at the same time, sometimes it's okay. It's how you say it. He was probably being ratchet. Y'all watch More Bees with Honey. Yeah, you'll catch more bees with honey.
Hey, don't I say
I've
that?
I've seen a lot recently.
You catch more bees with honey than you do with vinegar, being sour towards people.
Yeah. Now I want to show just a small clip of this. I want to tell you the mindset that he has.
That yellow
breeze, I think. I want you to hear what he had to say about his incident where he
Look
thought
like a relative.
where he confused cops for somebody trying to rob. I want to show that evil eye towards his brother.
Is that evil eye towards his brother, or is that being a realist?
I'm about to say that. Evil eye towards his brother, or understanding his surroundings more.
Understanding your surroundings more.
Is it sad that because they were white, they were safer? They were safer. They were in less danger, and he felt he was in less danger because they were white.
It's done got that bad out here where they putting on whole police uniforms.
That's what he said in Dallas.
Damn.
I just want to show that little part. That's the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast with Yellow Breezy. I think that's his name. All right. Now, last week we talked about
people in
the people who are supporting Stacey Abrams and how they're already setting it up where they're going to blame black men in particular if she loses. When she made the comments, if black men vote for me, I can win. That's basically saying if I lose, it's because they ain't vote for me. But you notice on television, they're starting to sound a certain way, almost like they're listening to certain people, but not listening to them in person, not actually wanting to know what but just taking their talking points and saying it on TV so they can say, we understand.
That's why some people said they had to go to Patreon, because they got tired of people regurgitating their talking points.
All right, let me show it.
Black men get blamed, and black people in general get blamed for failings on the part of the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
When policies get passed, when statutes, when candidates get elected, it's like, oh, the black people didn't turn out, the black people didn't turn out. And now it seems to be focused on black men. African-American men are super voters for the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of people going to Brian Kemp and going to DeSantis, but the issue has been...
There are a few.
There are a small number, but...
Speak for yourself.
Now, is it sad that she had to say, there are a few, it's not even...
You can't.
It's not even almost.
You can't get off the. I'm gonna talk like a conservative. You can't get off that Democratic plantation. They don't want you off of it. They want you to keep serving massa. And you go to the Republican plantation, they want you to talk shit about
black people.
Jimmy.
They want you to talk shit about the house. They want you to talk shit about the field niggas.
Yeah, they
you in
want
the house now.
You in the house now. They want you to talk shit about field niggas.
It could be better. It'll be better if you just stop crying, stop whining.
Get your shit together.
Bootstrap us. Just get it together.
See what it did for me.
Niggas probably did say some shit like that too.
You in there kissing that damn white man ass. That's what you in there doing.
Damn, what if I get my hand on your ass? All right.
But let's be real.
You
ain't shit.
You ain't how you said. You ain't worth a pound of pennies.
You ain't worth a pound of damn penny. I just got that from Jism from Country Style Art for Nail.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Yeah,
you ain't worth a damn pound of penny.
Realistic. The vast majority.
Regina said, Taiwanese Chinese people have told me that they are white majority in Taiwan and therefore are white in America. Your approach to them doesn't matter. They are aggressive towards blacks, period. Period. I see put a T at the end, period.
And we would know that, Regina, because we live in Washington State, Seattle. And Washington. And there's a lot of Asian people here.
Yeah, yeah. I remember I seen somebody say that Asian people look at black people as ghosts. They're like we're like a spirit.
You want to know how I look
curse.
at them? Ugly.
Them Down syndrome.
Majority of black men are still voting for Democratic
Absolutely.
candidates. But the question, and the thing I hear from people all the time is important, is what has the Democratic Party done for black men?
That's a fair question.
That is a fair question.
Yeah.
And I think if Democrats spent more time talking about this is what we've done for brothers, this is what we've done for the working class guy and the guy in the C-suite, you wouldn't have these problems. And it feels like it's setting up a blame game so that if Stacey Abrams isn't elected and if Raphael Warnock ends up being defeated, black men will be blamed when in fact most of the time they're supporting the Democratic Party, even if the Democratic Party doesn't always support them.
That's true. They ain't done shit for me.
Well, no, what's funny is he didn't say that.
What?
He made the point that the Democrats need to tell them what they did. You so dumb. You don't know what they did for you. So the Democrats need to tell you what they did for you so that you'll know.
No, I'm agreeing with him with the part where he's saying that Democrats haven't done anything for black men.
But that ain't his opinion. He's an opinion that need to tell you. But he the same one that called that girl one of the island of misfit black girls.
That was on what's her name? Karen Hunter.
Yeah, the Karen Hunter show.
The Karen Hunter show.
This is his brother right here. He said, when I was employed with the Georgia Alliance for Progress, led by Christine White, we consulted with Cornell Bletcher January 21st regarding the 2022 midterms. He told us black men were the most important demographic to target. What do we do with this information? Nothing.
How come every time we be going live it be sirens?
Yeah. Niggas think them niggas in the hood.
Them niggas in the hood. No, it's unfortunate the sirens be everywhere nowadays.
Fast forward now, 50 days out from the scrambling to figure out why support is splitting. You even have some sitting in narrative to blame black men for Georgia's performance in this November. However, this is y'all fault. Your worldview is preventing you from properly engaging and turning out black men. Georgia progressives intentionally made black men an afterthought, knowing full well they would be deciding factor in the election. They would rather persuade lost white Dems than engage with second most loyal group in the party. They would rather take advice from D.C. than listen to the voices on the ground. But I get it. Black men are difficult to organize. It's expensive, and you can't do it without addressing decades of destructive policies and programs. You can't do it without explaining why you ignored us. Quite frankly, most black organizers in the spaces spew just as much vitriol and angst towards black men as the white supremacists. But they're liberal progressive, so it's often overlooked.
He said black men are difficult to organize?
He's saying it's going to take a lot of effort because they don't trust you. They have.
Well, that's why you have to get a black man to lead it.
That's the point.
We show up and we show out.
When
the right person is leading.
Huh?
When the right person is leading, we show up.
When they showed up for Obama.
Don't even remind me.
Yeah, Travis got to make it what do you call it? He got to make a Travis voted for Obama. The first time he learned his lesson.
I was under a spell.
The black spell. Oh no, it was the change spell. We're gonna change America. We're gonna change America. And you believed it. You was a young, spry young man.
You know that place where I was telling them that I worked at?
Yeah.
With the rival black girl?
Yeah.
They all kept saying, "Oh, he looks like Obama." I was like, every time there's a black person, they look like everybody. I've been compared to Obama, T.I., Tiger Woods.
That was crazy. That one got him mad. The Tiger Woods and the Chris Rock.
I don't like no damn Chris Rock.
You didn't even want to say that one, did you?
Oh yeah, somebody was saying. They said, "Oh, you look like Morgan." They told somebody like Morgan Freeman. He said, "Hell, I thought I looked better than that." I said, "Damn."
All right, let me just show this one. This was communism is at the root of the migration, according to the White House.
These people are fleeing communism, as we have said, as you heard DHS say as well. Falling authoritarian regimes in Venezuela, Nicaragua, and Cuba are causing a new migration challenge across the Western Hemisphere. Let's remember, these folks are fleeing communism. When you think,
so the Democrats are publicly saying they're against communism, but their policies are not saying that. They're trying to separate themselves from it.
Think about Venezuela.
Good
what's
luck.
going on in Venezuela. When you think about what's going on in Nicaragua, when you think about what's going on in Cuba, they are fleeing political persecution only to be used as a political pawn by the Florida governor. They are using people who are leaving a communist countries as a political stunt. So the way that we see it is alerting Fox News and not.
What?
The press secretary is talking shit about a governor. Yeah. They do that?
They do that now.
I thought, you're supposed to have some pride in your
yeah.
country when you're having press conferences. Like, they just talk shit about one another because he's Republican.
Yeah, Virginia said, a native of Seattle, I've lived around Chinese all my life. Their anti-black behavior has been consistent. They don't need a reason. Your existence triggers them. You got to stay the hell away from them. That's what I'm saying.
There are some good.
Oh, here you go. Let me say this. He's playing this up the whole show, y'all. Please don't think he's being serious.
Well, I have a employee. She's a little old Asian lady, and
but she old. You know they say when you get old, you just get.
She's done with her racism.
No, she's still racist. she's still very much racist. She just don't even care no more. She just like whatever. The new world is what it is. Joe said a lot of the culture came from Africa, like math and letters, and even one of the legendary samurai was black.
So George is one of them comedic people, Pan-Africans.
He didn't lie. He acted like he lied.
About what?
Science and math did come out of Africa.
Says who?
It's a fact.
Prove it.
You want me to go on? No, I'm not. It's a fact. I'm not even doing all that. Nope. So now the Democrats trying to separate themselves from communists, even though they've pretty much completely. Now this is the story right here. When I read this,
Are you gonna read it or are you gonna give a synopsis?
It's not long. It's not a long article.
A little long.
See, I'm not reading all this. I'm just gonna read like.
I don't want you to be long-winded.
Chicago man gets $9 million settlement after 22 years in prison for a murder pinned on him by a cop married to judge. Chicago will pay $9 million to a man we know. Patrick Prince said he confessed to another man's murder and attempted robbery at 19 after being slapped in the face, kicked, punched by retired police detective Kristen Cato. That's the same last name as that. No.
You thinking of that white woman who had the anger management?
No.
Or somebody else?
I think about that black woman who's running that Trump endorsed.
Oh, there you go. Trying to put a black woman in this somehow.
Who was married to a criminal county judge. Prince is one of the 8 cases where people have accused Cato of using violence and intimidation to get false confession. The Chicago City Council agreed to give Prince the settlement award in September 21st. Okay, so it seemed like it's an open and cut thing. He got cheated. Somebody beat him up to make him confess when he was 19. He getting his money now. Okay.
What did Negro do?
It ain't him.
Oh.
Prince's case went to trial in 1994. The state initially sought the death penalty, but he was convicted in August 24th, 1994. The sentence of 60 years in prison for murder and 25 concurrent years for armed robbery. Prince fought his conviction for several years, even without an attorney at times. The National Registry of Exoneration shows in April 2017, a Cook County Circuit Court judge granted Prince's petition he filed in 2014 for a new trial. Local prosecutors dismissed the charges the following month. So they knew it was bullshit case.
Well, that's happening a lot.
That's not the end
cases.
of it. It's not the end of it. Hold on. I'm trying to get to it. Here we go. You already said, don't you? 2 witnesses in Prince's 2014 petition identified the shooter as Linson. The other man died in 2006. Keith Gunn admitted he was the tipster who linked Prince to the crime. Gunn said under oath that he wanted to get back at Prince for stealing a woman he liked. He thought the police would have just harassed him and never thought he would be charged with a crime. He should be arrested.
Wow.
You got a man arrested for 22 years over a woman that didn't want you?
Oh, they never even...
He stole his woman. Look, man, she didn't want you. Huh?
They were together, though?
Does it matter?
That's what good love do to you.
Good loving.
Good loving.
No, I'm not joking about this. He need to be in jail. Keith Gunn should be arrested.
Yeah, he should be arrested.
This is crazy. How do you do that and just go on about your life like?
Because people don't give a damn about you. They're selfish. They only think about their needs and their wants and what they want.
The petition has included allegations that 30 people that Cato violently forced to confess to crimes, including the mentally challenged man who spent 11 years in prison for rape before he was cleared and freed in 2013. Now, the cop is a piece of shit, but Keith Gunn in this situation, at least with Prince, he's just as guilty as the cop.
Yeah.
He should be in prison.
He lied under oath.
Because I don't know what it is. The man, when it comes to women, he can't control himself. He just
can't control it.
It's just a chemical imbalance. It's just crazy.
Yeah. When what did Adam say when he first saw Eve? That's bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh.
That meant
I know that meant let's get it on.
Let's get it on. Baby.
Because he about to ready to start getting it on with
violent.
That big booty hippo. The Most High had to step in and say,
boy, let me
do something for you be done corrupted.
The blood. All right, I want to show this ad. I want to show this ad from what's it called? Let me show you this.
Violent crime is surging in Louisiana. Woke leaders blame the police. I blame the criminals. A mom should not have to look over her shoulder when she's pumping gas. I voted against the early release of violent criminals, and I opposed defunding the police. Look, if you hate cops just because they're cops, the next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead.
This is genius. This is good.
He said, "You want
the best shit I've seen in a while."
Next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead.
They'll
see that again. I gotta see that.
Crackheads will come.
The next time you get in trouble, call a crackhead. I'm John Kennedy, and I approve this.
White people, boy.
Let me say this: Southern white people that don't give a fuck.
They take on the energy of
niggas. Fuck with them. Like I never vote for them and shit. I would be his friend. I wouldn't care to be his friend.
They say the shit you say though.
But I can respect the honesty.
They say the shit you say in the South. We were saying the same shit.
Next time you in trouble, call a crackhead.
You don't want to fund their ass? Nigga, get that crackhead up there to come and do it next time.
Hey, let me say this: crackheads don't get tired. I ain't never. Crackheads don't take a day off. Have y'all ever seen a sick crackhead? I've never seen one.
They get sick.
I grew up around some of them. I ain't never seen no sick crackhead. They show up every day to work. I knew a dude since I was like 7. He used to cut yards. He used to walk from a long. How many miles do you think that was?
You want to give his nickname?
No. Yeah, Chain. There was a man named Chain.
Jane. Wonder how he got that name.
He was he was on drugs.
No, I think they might name him Chain because wasn't he a star football player?
He was a star football player.
And he had a whole bunch of ladies on his chains, and they was chains of fools.
But he used to walk from a couple miles away every day to walk to our neighborhood to rake yards to get money to buy drugs. He did that every day for about 15 years.
More than 15 years.
I'm talking about last time I saw him.
Before we even moved up there.
I'm talking about when we saw him. About 15 years. He started slowing down around 50s, mid 50s, early 50s. Started slowing down a little bit. So hey, while they talking about call a crackhead, you never know.
We
left my butt off. Crack is whack. Whitney Houston. Oh shit. She also said she's talking to George. She said, as I study ancient history more, I realized how dark the hue of the four corners of the earth were. A lot of anti-black behavior today are making more sense. Fear-based. Well, they say the fear of a black planet. That's what the whole movie
Planet of the
Apes is about. They're talking about the history. This is why when they say, I say this all the time, they're talking about evolution and how the monkey, they show a monkey turning into a white man. So who is the monkey? But they tell you that white people come from black people. This is white people's science.
They're saying they come from monkeys.
So in that little thing, who is the monkey? If white people come from black people and they show a monkey turn into a white man,
they're saying we the monkeys.
But then they turn around and say you're the only full-fledged human because you don't have Neanderthal DNA. So,
well, Mongoloid DNA is the same thing as Neanderthal. Matter of fact, they got more.
Yeah,
their hair is fucking like a scrawl.
Yeah. When mental health crises require more than phone conversations, these mobile units come to help. Most calls to crisis lines are resolved on the phone, but when you need an in-person response, the mobile crisis unit often swings into action. The alternative, some fear, is relying on the police. So basically in this article, they're saying that a grandmother who was being attacked, I'll say it right here, a grandmother calls a mental health crisis line for help after her grandson was with intellectual disabilities and history of mental illness attacked her. The crisis can't be resolved over the phone. The mobile crisis unit swings into action. So you would think this would already be a thing. We've seen so many stories of somebody having a mental breakdown.
Countless lives have died because of mental illness.
Yeah, so this should be normal. You shouldn't call the police when somebody with mental illness is having a mental breakdown or something.
And the police don't have the
training
empathy and the training to do it because their job is to protect property,
Exactly.
not to talk you down from
to de-escalate.
Yeah.
They don't de-escalate.
Even though they're trained to de-escalate situations.
No, they train to end they're trained to end the person escalating it. Not to de-escalate it, to end the person that's escalating it. And they're helping escalate it so they can end it and say, I had to do what I had to do. I had to fear my life. That's their favorite saying. Fear my life. Oh shit. Oh. I'm not interested, thank you. Okay, here we go. In a reversal, now this right here for you, George. This for you, George. In a reversal, the education department is excluding many of the students' loan relief. Now, Biden came out with a student debt relief program, and he very soon after he revealed it that he had to cut some of that shit out. They was like, no, this is going to hurt the companies that loan money.
Who started suing them? Who threatened to sue them? State. California probably wanted. No, I don't think California is one of those states that threatened to sue them.
Well, I'll show you. Hold on. In a remarkable reversal that will affect the fortunes of many student loan borrowers, the U.S. Department of Education has quietly changed its guidance around who qualifies for President Biden's sweeping student debt relief plan. At the center of the change are borrowers who took out federal student loans many years ago, both Perkins loans and federal family education loans. Loans issued and managed by private banks but guaranteed by the federal government were once the mainstay at the federal student loan debt program until the FFEL program ended in 2010. Today, according to the federal idea, more than 4 million borrowers still have commercially held FFEL loans. Until Thursday, the department-owned website advised these borrowers that they could consolidate these loans into federal direct loans and thereby qualify for relief under Biden's debt cancellation program. No, sir. As you can see here, headline tells you everything. Biden administration scales back student loan forgiveness plan as states sue.
I can tell you what state sued. Florida, Texas.
You already know the people
Mississippi,
who just everything
Alabama.
Biden do, they're gonna be against it, and it is what it is. It's politics.
Southern states.
Mm-hmm. The Biden administration scaled back eligibility for student loan forgiveness plan Thursday. Yada yada yada. Same day, 6 Republican-led states sued President Obama. President Obama.
Are they gonna tell the states or no?
I just said President Obama.
What's the difference?
President Joe Biden, in an effort to block his student loan forgiveness plan, yada yada. Borrowers, yada, we know all that. The Department of Education initially said loans, we already said all that. On Thursday, the department reversed course. According to the website, privately held federal student loans must have been consolidated before September 29th in order to be eligible for debt relief. So basically saying, oh, you too late. We had it in there. You just too late.
Did they give a deadline?
No, they just changed it. Oh, 29. Oh, you just missed it.
Hopefully George got his in there before the deadline ended.
He said, all animals have long, straight hair, but nobody else has hair like us. Think about it. Exactly.
No.
Your hair.
Sheep have woolly hair.
No, he's saying people.
Oh.
Look at you. Trying to disprove the brother. Look at you. Look at you. Trying to cut the brother.
He said all animals have straight hair. That's what you said.
So look at you. You trying to twist his brother up. I got his back. He's trying to say that you talking about sheep and all these other animals that have straight hair. The animal that's compared to black people is sheep.
Exactly.
That's his point.
Okay.
Look at you. You trying to do the brother wrong. George said, I don't care about it no way. 10 to 20K ain't nothing to my 100.
Oh, that's not what you was saying 2-3 weeks ago.
He said that's not that ain't nothing to my 131K.
Didn't we say that? Matter of fact, hold on. I said that 10K won't shit, and he said, Travis, speak for yourself.
No. He was saying we shouldn't make student debt relief part of the reparations and all that stuff. And because people were saying that, and he was like, "Speak for yourself. Don't keep going, Uncle Joe."
Okay, yeah.
He said, "They could eat a dick for such an insult. I never even pretended to apply." George said, "I'm going out with that, so F it. I'm going."
After they hang me,
kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass.
Virginia said, author teacher Dr. Clyde Winters has been teaching on the Philippi Shock Matthews show that Neanderthals were black. Claims receipts. Not sure what to believe.
What?
Neanderthals. Well, they just showed a couple years ago. What they call it? The Cheese Man. or something like that. I forgot the name they had. That was a nickname they gave it as a joke. Cheese Man in UK. They show him as a brown-skinned Neanderthal man. So they might be already planting that story, but I don't know. We just know that those people went up north and
came out looking like people with fur on top of their head.
All right, next thing. George said, fuck them loans. Brandon said, just because you got a tan don't make you black. Exactly. Some people with some brown skin that ain't got shit to do with you. It's some people in India, black as hell. There's some people in, what's another country? Cambodia, Taiwan.
There's people in Philippines.
Yeah. Papua New Guinea, Australia.
Hold on. You said Papua New Guinea people look like us.
They do. Some of them.
Particularly black Americans. That's what you said.
They have the afros. Some of them have the afros and all that stuff, but
You
they
said
ain't,
that's like my grandma.
they ain't your people, man.
How you know they not people?
In my belief.
In your belief.
Yeah. Vice President Kamala Harris commends U.S. alliance with Republic of North Korea in DMZ speech gaffe.
Now we know some people.
Huh?
Those Aboriginals?
Yeah.
Lord mercy.
No, Aboriginals ain't got
They look a little rough.
I forgot about sheep, LOL. See that? You trying to call the brother out. Sheep well in the scriptures, sheep were compared to the Negroes.
Because they have woolly hair.
It's the woolly hair come from the sheep. But yeah,
that's why you separate the sheep
from the goat.
From the goats. Because goats got straight hair. But you have some Negroes out here who have on sheep skin, but they are goats. Meaning they got woolly hair.
They goats in sheep's clothing.
You damn right.
That's a good one too.
That's why you got to separate that's why the Most High got to separate the what?
Weed from the wheat. Weed from the wheat. Yeah, I got it.
Get it right, nigga.
Vice President Kamala Harris commend U.S. alliance with Republic of North Korea. She meant to say South Korea.
Why y'all hold on? I have to have Kamala's back. You know, she's been a good girl for the last month or two. We haven't seen her.
Oh, she's been a good girl now?
She's all right to have she's okay. It's okay for her to have to misspeak.
A gap every once in a while.
She's allowed to be human and make a mistake.
Travis, she's at a damn thing for South Korea talking about North Korea, an alliance with North Korea.
You know, she's going through a lot of trauma, dude.
Okay.
They've been having her doing a lot of special projects. You know, she's been going overseas a lot.
Oh, projects all right.
She's been having to put in a lot of extra work than what she normally has to do. So leave Kamala alone.
Let me play it. You know, Fox News had to be the one that point.
Of course, you know.
Fox News doing the Biden and Kamala what CNBC and all them did to Trump.
The pettiness.
So the United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. And it is an alliance that is strong and enduring. So the United...
Lord have mercy.
Look at you trying to make Kamala look bad.
Trying to make her look bad? Shit.
You didn't have to show this clip, dude.
Well, I'm going to show this one then. See what you feel about this one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Look at
okay, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. President. He's supposed to go the other way, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Mr. President.
That's why that's why he can't have black people. Cause that would have been black.
Mr. President, bring your ass.
Joe, get your ass over here.
Lord.
I'm tired of babysitting this old cripple fucker.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Oh shit! All right, let me show this real quick. I ain't showing none of these damn things.
Nope.
Virgin Atlantic lets male pilots and crew wear skirts to express their true identity.
So we gonna have drag shows on the airplane?
Well, and of course, you know who had to be at the forefront of it. Hold on.
He ain't black American.
Ain't nobody in black American. He fits an image.
Oh, he's a person of color. So all people of color are under one rainbow now, under one.
Don't throw it on me. Don't throw it on me.
You see what Duke do? You see what Duke do? I told y'all what he is. He's a globalist.
I'm a globalist. Virgin Atlantic crew pilots and ground staff can now wear whichever of its uniforms they feel most comfortable with, regardless of the original male or female design of its red skirt suit or burgundy trousers. The airline has announced a gender identity policy that lets the staff choose which of the Vivian Westwood design outfits they wear to work, no matter their gender, gender identity, or gender expression. That's 3 different things.
So when the flight attendant shows you how to put the seat belts on, they're gonna have the Vogue music in the back.
Dun, 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 dun.
Vogue,
That's
house music. Beyonce.
You won't break my. They're gonna play. You don't break my soul while they putting your telling you the damn instructions.
They had that shit on the radio here in Seattle.
Yeah, they don't play that type of stuff, but they play that.
They play that bullshit.
They play that damn. All right, let me show this right quick. I would never fly this airline. This is what. Is that a Transformer?
She look like one, don't she? Uh-oh. There go the pronouns back. They gotta have pronoun. This is just getting ridiculous. She, her.
Keeper said bankruptcy coming around the corner for Virgin Next.
Exactly. The seats they're gonna have a rainbow seats. It's gonna be yellow, purple, green, orange, yellow, purple, green, orange. That's what it's gonna be.
Why? What's the point of this? This is that we are, what's the name? Legion thinking. We are Legion. They, them.
No, that's them different spirits in they damn ass. Them different demons. That's what it is.
Listen to this demon. Churches defend clergy loophole in child sex abuse reporting.
If you're scared, don't go to church in the Catholic church. That saying don't apply to the Catholic Church.
It was frigid Sunday evening in the Catholic Newman Center in the Salt Lake City, where the priest warned parishioners who had gathered after Mass that their right to private confessions was in jeopardy. A new law would break that sacred bond, the priest said, and directed the partisans to sign a one-page form letter on the way out. We oppose HB 90. Began the letter, stacked next to the pre-addressed envelopes. HB 90 is an improper interference of the government into practice of religion in Utah. In the following days of February 2020, Utah's Catholic Diocese, which oversees dozens of churches, says it collected 9,000 signed letters from parishioners and sent them to State Representative Angela Romero, a Democrat who had been working on the bill as part of a campaign against child sexual abuse. HB 90 targeted Utah's clergy penitentiary privilege, a law similar to those in many states that exempts clergy of all denominations from the requirements to report child abuse if they learn about the crime in a confessional setting. If you say something happened to you in a confessional, you can't use that and go to the law with that. That's like lawyer, what do you call it? You got a lawyer and you're not allowed to say, the lawyer's not allowed to say what you...
Is the Catholic Church, is that a confessional or the glory hole? Which one is it? Oh, let me go back to Virgin Island.
Virgin Island.
What's it called? Virgin
Atlantic.
Virgin Atlantic. I told y'all I make up stuff. So when niggas get tickets for Virgin Atlantic, people gonna be like, "Oh, you fly with Virgin Atlantic?"
Yeah. Well, you
so
said
that's done.
Hey, them tickets gonna be cheap as hell though.
You gotta go to expensive ass Delta.
Hey, what's gonna happen is them tickets gonna be cheap and people gonna be like, "Man, fuck that ticket too cheap. I'm taking that deal." And you get on that plane.
They
had
good. They had good food on there though.
And they gonna make every excuse why it was okay. Hey, look, man, I had to get where I had to go. So basically, they're trying to get these people to be against a bill that will allow people that are in confessionals to use that to go to the cops and say someone was abused. To say that basically you can't break this agreement between you and the person that confessed, so this has to stay private.
Yeah.
And we know priests in the Catholic Church, they all have this thing where most of them are abused. They get older and abuse the kids so they can get their innocence back. That's the thing that's in the church. It's a cycle. That's what it's literally a part of their beliefs.
That's not even in the Catholic Church. That's just in life in general. Most people who are abused end up abusing other people, or they act out sexually.
Yeah. So like I said, look up magisterial privilege. what the Catholic Church really believe. But yeah, let me go to the next part. Okay. Oh, Poe Biden. Damn. Yeah, lawyer-client privilege. There you go. Thank you, George. Thank you, George. Lawyer-client privileges. Yeah, that's it. They got that now for the priests at the Catholic
George
Church.
is studying to be a paralegal.
Where's Jackie? Biden's latest gap ignored on air by CNN, MSNBC, CBS, NBC. He asked for somebody in the crowd who's dead. Like,
he trying to expose them. What really happened with old Jackie?
Are we gonna keep acting like this is just funny?
Where's Jackie? Did they get her?
Are we gonna keep acting like this is funny, or are we gonna point out that the president of the country
is in no shape
to lead the country,
and we are vulnerable with having him in leadership?
And I want to thank all of you here for including bipartisan elected officials like Representative Governor, Senator Braun, Senator Booker, Representative Jackie. Are you here? Where's Jackie? I didn't think she was going to be here to help make this a reality. And thanks to Senator Stabenow, Representative DeLauro for their leadership. And here today, we have advocates and activists, Jose Andres. You heard of him, haven't you? Last time we hung out on the Ukrainian border in Poland. And leaders of business, labor, agriculture, faith, and philanthropy. And to achieve ambitious goals that I know we can do if we work together.
So they're going to ignore that woman.
You saw what the press secretary came out and said and defended him?
What did he say? What she say?
She said, well, clearly he had Jackie on his mind, and remembering her. Mourning her. I was like, no. The man
didn't know what the hell was going on.
Exactly. And y'all need to get his ass. They'd rather have Joe Biden up there than Kamala.
Yeah.
They tried to use her.
Yeah, they tried for a few months.
And then they tried again. They brought her out. And she fucked that up.
Yeah. Now she just know. And these strange press conferences and stuff. Nancy Pelosi booed by crowd while on stage at NYC's
Nancy
music
said,
festival.
I bet you if I would have flashed you, you wouldn't have booed. They would have been like, Nancy, what it do?
That's fancy Nancy,
George,
boy.
Nancy, what it do? Don't George live in California?
Yeah, George, you talking
I wonder how many
Nancy?
times him and Nancy done ran into one another.
Had hot,
heavy.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was booed to the crowd while speaking on stage during a guest appearance at the Global Citizen Music Festival in New York City on Saturday, according to videos posted on social media. So as you can see here. So that's how
look
booed.
for this to be somebody point this out saying, damn, that was loud as hell.
Hey, I'd rather be too loud than too quiet. Inflation has yet to peak. CFO says the recession is already here or soon to hit.
Ilharmer. She's one of the five.
Omar. I forgot her name. One of the squad. I forgot her name.
From Minnesota.
She got booed in Minnesota too by the
and her own
Somalians.
Somalian people booed her.
At CNBC is delivering Alpha Investor Summit in New York City Wednesday, several big names in the investor community indicated to see no signs inflation is waning. David Rubenstein,
we
the
already
co-founder,
know.
the co-chairman of the Carlyle Group.
We already know who he is, David
Carlyle
Rubenstein.
Group. We talked about that when we talked about
that's a Jew.
The Carlyle Group. That's a big deal. But yeah, said while we've been used to 2% inflation for the last 25 years, we have to get used to the fact that inflation is not going to be 2% anytime soon. Adding that it takes a long time, as Paul Volcker said to get out of the system. The inflation is here to stay. And I thought they said we weren't. Didn't Biden say we weren't in a recession, even though the economy reached the standards of being called a recession?
Yeah, Joe Biden said we're not in a recession. The definition that they had doesn't meet what a recession is.
But look, this is what Mark Zuckerberg had to say. Meta freezes hiring as CEO Mark Zuckerberg blames economy. So Facebook or Meta can't even hire people anymore because they don't have, the economy is so bad. Facebook is done. Zuckerberg lost $70 billion in net worth he's now only the top. He's now only one of the top 20 wealthiest man. You know, he fell so low. I mean, he's only top 20, but still, he lost $70 billion in net worth.
So you think they're gonna get rid of
Well, that's why he changed the name.
Facebook?
That's why he changed the name. He had to rebrand and try to find a way to get around it.
Antonio Moore out here exposing himself to stun guests in hotel pools.
Antonio Moore? You mean Antonio Brown? You said Antonio Moore.
Antonio Moore, Brown. Damn, we gotta edit that out.
Moore means
because
black.
somebody gonna say.
Well, Antonio Moore means black, so brown. You know, same thing. Black and brown. Fertilizer's prices remain considerably higher than last year as Hurricane Ian could worsen outlook. Food is coming, man. Food shortage is coming.
Winter's coming.
Couple contaminate.
No, we should say spring is coming, because that's when they expecting.
Oh yeah, that's when the harvest is gonna be time to show it.
Nothing. You're not gonna be able to reap anything from the harvest.
Yeah. Couple contaminate drought-stricken town's water supply by dyeing waterfall blue for gender reveal.
What?
So there's a water shortage in certain places. Brazilian Environment Ministry said the couple may have polluted a river. So they turned the water blue for a reveal for their kid.
Wow, that's selfish. Don't nobody give a damn what your kid is. You know what? These people are crazy.
Look,
having these gender reveal.
Somebody has to drink that water. And do
you give a damn what somebody
No.
is? Okay.
I don't care what your kid is.
Damn, dude.
I mean, I wish you luck, but ain't none of my business if it
now that's doing way too much.
This is what they do now. The Environment Ministry in Brazil is investigating the couple that died of waterfall blue for the gender reveal party, likely contaminating the water supply for a nearby town. The couple faced backlash on the internet after they posted a video on Instagram in a moment a waterfall turned electric blue to indicate that they were having a male baby. As guests cheered, they later deleted the video, which also shows swans made of white balloons. A giant question mark symbol made the pink and blue balloons was also kept by the bank. But copies of the video were shared thousands of times on several platforms. The unidentified couple is now being investigated by the Brazilian Environment Ministry, which says the polluted the river, which is popular tourist destination to the state of Mato Grosso and primary water source for the nearby Central West town.
I'm gonna tell you what the PE teacher used to say. Mr. Blue.
Huh?
Mr. Blue.
Oh, yeah.
They a bunch of dummies. And a bunch of hams, which means hot ass mess.
Hams.
You a ham. You a dummy.
George said white people. Hold on, George. You can't say that.
Hey, whoa. You love them.
You can't say that, George.
Well, George said
we give you a pass
in the
time.
bedroom, he'll raise that European flag.
Like Tariq said.
Hope there's no Tariq people in the comment section.
Nah, we ain't got the same audience. China has opened overseas police stations in U.S. and Canada to monitor Chinese citizens. So Chinese government,
it's like the Jews,
owns police stations in America so they can protect the yellow people.
They told y'all they was taking over. They already sent out their manifesto.
Yeah, we talked about that. The former general.
The Asians were already here, meaning the Native Americans.
Yep, they called them Asians.
And the Mexicans.
Called them Asians. Yep.
Hispanics. You know, Hispanics are now saying, Mexicans are now saying they're Native American. They're native to this land, by the way. So they're finally acknowledging
we're Asian.
Mexicans and Native American ain't really no different.
Yeah, I remember growing up, Chuck used to always say, they look just alike. Ain't they the same people?
They got potholes all in their face. The only difference is, I would say, Native Americans seem to have growth. Like, they can get taller. Mexicans are just short little people.
Native Americans pretty short too.
I've seen taller Native Americans than I have Mexicans. Mexicans are just short as hell.
Yeah. This is a big story.
Shaped
Kremlin
like
says
refrigerators. Shaped like boxes in refrigerators.
Kremlin says Nord Stream incidents look like state-sponsored terrorism. As you know, Nord Stream 2 pipeline was sabotaged.
Sabotaged?
Yes. The West is trying to say that Russia did it. What?
Were you going that narrative?
They said it was sabotaged. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
They said the West saying it was sabotaged by Russia. Russia saying it was sabotaged by the West.
So what do you believe?
Well, you got to ask the question, who benefits from that pipeline going down? We know that it doesn't benefit Europe because they don't have any gas. They're going to be cold.
True.
And we know that since this thing has happened, since the winter has came closer, the gas usage has went up because it's gotten colder. It's supposed to stay
So
normal
who does
because
it
they're trying to
benefit?
save.
So who more likely do you think blew it up?
Well, let's get into it then.
No, who do you believe?
Let's hold on. Damn, we're going to get to it. All right. This going to be quick. Hold on.
Is it going to be quick?
Nord Stream incident, a terrorist attack, as the Kremlin said. Such an incident is unlikely to have happened without the involvement of state power, spokesman Dmitry Peskov says. The damage inflicted on a Russian Nord Stream 1 and 2 gas pipelines points to a probable terrorist act, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said on Thursday. He told journalists it is currently difficult to say with absolute certainty what happened to the pipeline, but the scale of destruction indicates that it really was a sort of terrorist act. What?
Something beat.
Okay. Now here's another one. NATO threatens retaliation after gas leaks it says were likely sabotage. So they saying, yeah, Russia did it. We're going to retaliate if they keep messing with us.
Yeah, I believe him.
Oh, yeah, you believe the NATO. Okay, we're going to get to it. Just hold on. We're going to get there. Nord Stream. Sweden finds new leak in Russian gas pipeline. That was 2 days ago. All right, and then we're going to go right here. This is back in July.
July?
July.
You from, is that in California?
Yeah.
July?
NATO conducted drills near Nord Stream leak sites in July, diplomat. So all the way back in July, they was performing deep sea drilling near the area.
That's a coincidence.
Okay, that's a coincidence. We're going to keep going with this. Hold on. Now look at this one right here. Germany says Germany will never open Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline, assures Prime Minister of Lower Saxony.
They just felt it.
He just what he felt, right? Stephen Weil, the Prime Minister of Germany Federal State of Lower Saxony, speaking in an interview with Germany News Council on Monday, September 19th, stated the Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline, which was completed in 2021, will never be put into operation, will never supply Russia with gas to Germany. That was a week ago, before the sabotage happened. Now let's see what one of Obama's former workers had to say about this.
Here you go, throwing the late great President Obama under the bus.
Just hold on. This is what one of Obama's people had to say.
With regard to Nord.
This was in January of this year, by the way, January 27th of this year, right after Russia invaded Ukraine.
With regard to Nord Stream 2, we continue to have very strong and clear conversations with our German allies, and I want to be clear with you today. If Russia invades Ukraine, one way or another, Nord Stream 2 will not move.
In January, they said if Russia went into Ukraine, that pipeline not opening. It's not operating. That's not enough. Let me show you again. This is straight from Biden's mouth.
Our commander-in-chief.
This is what Biden had to say.
Let me answer the first question first. If Russia invades, that means tanks or troops crossing the border of Ukraine again. Then there will be no longer a Nord Stream 2. We will bring an end to it.
This was in February.
But how will you do that exactly? Since the project and control of the project is within Germany's control.
We will. I promise you, we'll be able to do.
Now you want to ask that question again? Who did it? It was the goddamn West that did it.
There you go.
It doesn't benefit Russia to blow it up. Russia want to sell gas. They did it because America wants to supply Europe. They want to do it. Another person benefit from this too. You know who? Ex-contender for French presidency calls Biden to account for Nord Stream incident. So he's saying, I want Biden to come out and say why he made those comments back in February. I want him to come out and tell us why he had those comments. Why did he feel it would never open?
Biden gonna say I said what I said, boy.
Now look at this. Look who else benefits. Sensitive offshore gas field key to Israel's energy strategy. Israel is trying to open up a gas field.
Now you know Israel, they always got their hands in a pot.
And guess who this gas is going to supply? Europe. The pipeline goes to Europe.
They got them.
Oh man. So they're trying to make some money off Europe. Europe braces for mobile network blackouts. So Europe is saying there's going to be no cell phone usage for a couple weeks. It's going to be a blackout for a little while. Now, why would there be a blackout right now? Is it possible they got a blackout so that you can't be calling and complaining about being cold? You can't call and complain about all the stuff going on. You can't complain to your government about what they're doing as far as policy.
Yep, that makes logical sense.
All right, let me show this one.
What's going on here is that the West is leading Ukraine down the primrose path. And the end result is that Ukraine is going to get wrecked. And I believe that the policy that I'm advocating, which is neutralizing Ukraine and then building it up economically and getting it out of the competition between Russia on one side and NATO on the other side, is the best thing that could happen to the Ukrainians. What we're doing is encouraging the Ukrainians to play tough with the Russians. We're encouraging the Ukrainians to think that they will ultimately become part of the West because we will ultimately defeat Putin and we will ultimately get our way. Time is on our side. And of course, the Ukrainians are playing along with this. And the Ukrainians are almost completely unwilling to compromise with the Russians and instead want to pursue a hardline policy. Well, as I said to you before, if they do that, the end result is that their country is going to be wrecked. And what we're doing is, in effect, encouraging that outcome. I think it would make much more sense for us to work to create a neutral Ukraine. It would be in our interest to bury this crisis as quickly as possible.
Now, this is in 2015. Keep in mind, in 2014, America backed the coup that happened in Ukraine. Just remember that. So he was saying this a year after the coup started or happened, that this is going to lead to something bad for Ukraine. Now, Ukraine has been getting some what they call wins, taking land back and all this other stuff, but Russia is just simply taking the lands they want, having the people in those lands vote to be a part of Russia or not, and then saying this is a Russian land now, Russian territory. They're just doing it slowly. They're not trying to win the war through the military. They're trying to win it what they call through democracy. Have the people vote. Honorable. Yeah, have the people vote to be part of our country. So the people that vote against it, when we slaughter your ass, we didn't do nothing wrong. Feelings. No hard feelings. We didn't do nothing wrong. We gave you opportunity. Russia to officially annex Ukrainian territories into Federation Friday. So these are the places that they took over. They had to vote. We talked about that last week. They are officially a part of Russia now. And Putin had a speech, he did, where he said that the West is openly satanic and that they are imperialists and they everywhere they go, they destroy. He talked about India, talked about Africa, he talked about a couple places how the West is constantly trying to be in power and they're willing to sacrifice anybody else to stay in power.
That's true.
And he's also saying we will never accept LGBT rights. We will never accept the West culture. We are a Christian country. He's basically turning into Trump. He is keep Russia great or make Russia great again type person now.
Wow.
And did y'all hear about the shooting, 13, the school shooting that happened in Russia?
I think 13 died, 21 injured.
Now, ask yourself a question. When has America ever reported on a crime that happened in Russia? When has the West ever pointed something like that out?
Propaganda?
Or was it are they trying to create instability within the country?
No shit, Sherlock.
Let's see what else we got. Okay. And this is why this is important. Biden thinks non-nuclear threats will stop Putin. His military doesn't. Jared said they built the economy off American money that Americans needed. Ukraine continually accepts our billions to problems that are not our own. Now, keep in mind, America has
big Israel.
America has given. Listen to this. America has given Ukraine so much money that is equal to the entire Russian military budget. Now, keep in mind, America, their military budget, is as big as the next 10 countries combined.
That's a lot.
So they spend trillions on their military. They've given Ukraine so much money, it is as big as the entire Russian military budget. So they are superpower. Ukraine right now, they have the military might of a superpower. They have infinite money, infinite ammo, infinite weapons. So, yeah, that's tough to deal with. But Biden, this whole situation going on with Russia, they thinking it could lead to nuclear war. At least they're trying to say it can be controlled nuclear war. They're thinking that Russia may just nuke Ukraine if they get too sick of this situation where it look like they losing to little old Ukraine. They might just nuke them. To the countries that are not a part of the agreement, they don't sign on them to vote to be a part of Russia. They get nuked too? They're going to nuke their ass. Like, all right, you ain't going to be with us? All right, let me drop this. Let me give you this. Let me hold this for a second. Now, we also know there was a theory, because Russia is mainly taking eastern Ukraine, that western Ukraine will end up voting to be a part of somewhere like Poland. That way they can be part of NATO. Is it possible they can divvy up Ukraine to different places? Is that how you solve this? Just get rid of Ukraine? Like giving the West Ukraine to Poland and NATO, and East Ukraine go to Russia. But they want Crimea because they want to rebuild the Khazarian Empire, which Ukraine was a part of.
Ooh, the Khazarian Empire.
And we know who the Khazarians is, right? The tiny hats, what they call Israel now. And you know, Zelensky, he called Ukraine Big Israel. We want to make this Big Israel. So are they trying to bring back the Khazarian Empire?
They're going back where it all began.
They want to go back home. They want to get the hell out of Israel. They want to go home.
They already know what the Bible has prophesied about the Middle East. So they better try to get the hell out of there.
Now keep in mind, just 4 years ago, the United States banned Ukraine militia to come from coming to America. They banned giving them arms. They saw them as a Nazi group. But look what they're doing now. U.S. Congress accepted the militiants, Azov, the Azov Battalion, which we know are Nazis. They were at the White House. Ukrainian women soldiers.
Look at the women.
Listen, Ukrainian women soldiers just finished a very intense 1 week visit to Washington, D.C. It was an honor for me and whatever to assist the delegation sent by the order of General whatever upon the invitation. Below is a quick report of the visit. Now look at this. The most emotional moment was when the suddenly released Azov soldiers right inside the main hall on the Capitol Hill. They are literal Nazis. Well, are we surprised? Operation Paperclip, we know the story. So they just openly have Nazis in the White House right now, seeing them as heroes.
Nothing.
Seeing them as heroes. Finding to meet delegation right in the middle of the voting, Ukraine armed forces are super thankful for intelligence sharing with the U.S. Ukrainians are sharing intelligence with the United States? You know who else America shares intelligence with very closely?
Who?
Israel.
They're the same.
So happy to meet Senator Collins and talk about the effectiveness of HIMARS and Howitzers, but our combat women explain also the need of hundreds of armored vehicles to keep liberating our people who suffer under occupation. Is occupation when America sits in Syria? When they weren't
invited? Did they send the women so it won't look as bad?
Yeah, that's why they used the women. And we talked about it earlier how...
Because if they would have sent men, it would look like, what? Y'all got Nazis over here?
And we talked about that before, how Caucasian men are now being led by their women. Caucasian men are starting to be led by their women. Italy just voted in what they call a far right person to lead them. That's a woman. They're afraid that what is it? What country is it? There's another country. UK. They got a woman in power.
What's her name?
Liz Truss.
Liz Truss.
They got
and Liz, they trust.
Look at this. New York follows California to become second state mandating zero emission vehicles by 2035.
There's something coming up with Mr. Galvin.
Look at this. Let me make sure it's working. Now, this is according to Gavin Newsom. Americans' addictions to parking lots is bad for climate. California wants to end it.
What the hell does climate change have to do with parking lots?
He don't want parking lots because he don't want you to have cars.
Exactly.
So they're getting rid of gas emissions, get rid of certain cars. They said they want zero emission vehicles, which means green vehicles, electric.
So is this their way to finally have flying vehicles in the air?
No.
Like they've been predicting for the future.
This is the way to get you on public transportation. And they said, didn't you say he said he want to get rid of the parking lots
and build affordable housing
and build apartments because they don't want you to own houses. You won't. How it go? You won't own anything and you'll love it.
This is all a setup.
You won't own anything and you'll love it.
And they're gonna love it. Everybody gonna be on welfare.
Yeah, and that's what the stimulus checks was about. Get you used to it. After the first or the last stimulus check went out, people was like, I need another stimmy.
I sure could take another one right
I
about
need another stimmy. I need another stimmy.
I need another stimmy.
Now this is an older article, but somehow it says it today. But I remember this from a few weeks ago. Canadians are angry because climate change, says Trudeau. The president or the prime minister or whatever of Canada said the reason why people are angry with politicians is because mental health issues caused by climate change. He's saying basically you're crazy not to like us. You're crazy to have complaints against us. You're mentally disturbed. It's because of climate change.
I do think climate change ain't got shit to do with this. But I've been saying I do believe there is some sort of dark matter that are affecting people's thoughts, emotions, and how they're dealing with things right now.
Good afternoon. James Sharani with CBC KW. I'm just wondering, what do you think is behind the rise in threats that politicians are facing?
We've been through a lot as a country, as a world over these past years. Obviously the pandemic, increasing anxiety because of climate change, transformations of our economy, rise in mental health and addiction problems, particularly with the...
You know he got a fake eyebrow?
That's what I was looking at.
He got a fake eyebrow that fell off a few years ago.
Opioid crisis that has been ravaging communities right across the country. It's a lot of pressure on a lot of people. And unfortunately, there are no easy solutions for all these challenges we're facing.
So you're mad with me because climate change got you crazy. Identify secures $15 million in funding to expand face biometric authentication across Africa.
Y'all thought y'all was getting out of this.
I remember seeing a video a few weeks ago of a white people in an African village, had the African people lined up and asked them to stand in front of a camera to get their face scanned. And they did it.
Well,
and I was like, did it give them something? Like, what is the point of you coming to this village? They basically saying, oh, no. You're going to be in the system too. Just because you're in your little village and your huts, no. You still going to get in this system.
Exactly.
You're going to be part of this global system.
So y'all not going to escape it, leaving America and going to different countries.
Yeah, South Africa-based Identify has secured 272 million South African rand, approximately US $15 million in a series of aid funding around to grow its face biometric authentication business. The funding round was led by African investment company Outrage, which is backed by Robobank Partnerships, Norfund, Norfinance, and FMO private equity firm Sonar Capital, and U.S. tech entrepreneur Bill Spurl. Also participated in the round. It is the largest Series A round by an African company in identity verification space, writes Tech Financials. They're going to get y'all to, the Africa can't even get away from this beast system. The beast is going to be global. I'm not going to read this one because it's long. Biden uses executive order to institutionalize eugenics, transhumanism.
The summary of it.
Summary. You read it.
Oh, yeah.
This is the, what's it called right here. Go ahead.
It's about genetically modifying people.
I'm saying he got stuff in this thing he signed that is allowing this stuff to happen.
Okay.
You gonna get this announcement, nigga, or not?
Huh?
You gonna get this announcement or not?
I just gave us, that's what it is. It's about genetically modifying people.
But Biden is pushing it in his bill.
Of course, he's a president.
Okay. By the authority vested in me as a president by the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, I is hereby ordered follows above. Section 1, policy is the policy of my administration to coordinate a whole of government approach to advanced biotechnology and biomanufacturing towards innovative solutions in health, climate change, energy, food security, agriculture, supply chain resilience, and national economic security. Central to the policy and its outcome are principles of equity, ethics, safety, and security that enables access to technology, processes, and products in a manner that benefits all Americans and global community that maintains the United States' technological leadership and economic competitiveness. So basically, he's in putting money into biotechnology, biomanufacturing companies to replace people.
Okay.
Pretty much.
That's what he's doing.
And they're trying to spin it and say that's not what it is. All that
We're talking about, they always got to include food, agriculture, climate change.
Mm-hmm. Salesforce CEO implies governors who try to save babies from abortion are crazy, and new CNN interview.
He was a real crazy one.
So basically, he had his interview where he was telling them, any state that bans this, I will take my resources out of that state.
Bye.
He's already did it with the other stuff, some of the LGBT stuff. He's done it already.
North Carolina didn't buckle.
No.
You remember when
they took the All-Star game away from
the All-Star game away?
That's a lot of money. You heard a lot of small businesses when they did that. So,
but still got furniture, sweet potatoes, banking capital.
Yeah. PayPal sparks outrage after shutting down account of Britain's free speech union. The U.S. company did not provide any evidence to support the claim the group had violated the company's acceptable use policy. So PayPal now, which is basically a bank, can shut you down if they don't agree with your policies. Rock with y'all's journalism skills and commentary. Thank you, Regina. So right here, so PayPal can now, well, they're not saying, I'm going to say can do it now, but PayPal has now made a standard where if they don't agree with your politics or what you say, they can take your account.
That's GoFundMe.
Exactly. GoFundMe is pretty much a bank now.
They're all getting in line with the same policies that if we don't agree with you,
we're getting closer and closer to that credit score, social credit score, where if we don't agree with your politics, your views, you can't even put your money in.
Well, I know I'm going to be out on the street homeless. So I'm just looking at, I study the homeless people to see how they live, and because I know.
Yeah. You got to learn from the homeless, learn from the vets.
I know what's coming from me.
EU Commission's president threatens Italy on eve of election, says Brussels has tools if Rome party wins. Now, the Rome party apparently did win because the woman, the quote-unquote far-right woman, did win the election. And the EU pretty much said, we've done it with other countries that had parties that almost won. We've had tools to make things change. I'm like, wait, there's a Rome party? I thought it was a democracy. Don't you get to vote for the party you want to win? Now it's a Rome party you can't let win.
Who was that? There was a politician that was asking, should there be a third party? It was a prominent person. I can't remember who it is.
In America, they don't allow it.
This was in America.
Oh, they don't allow it in America.
So I was about to say, are they going to create a third party? Because they know the Democratic are not going. The Democratic Party can't win.
They can't.
Unless
they
pull a rabbit out of a hat.
And do that magic trick.
I got the magic. 50 Cent.
Yeah. All right, I think we kept y'all here long enough. Been 3 damn hours. Really glad for the people that stay. Y'all stay. A lot of y'all stay for a while, man. Really appreciate that. Maybe you might enjoy us. I don't know. But you got the last thing you want to say?
Thanks for viewing the video.
Same thing every video. Anyway, man, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Y'all be safe. All praise to the Most High. And peace, man.